Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you made it to another Eve live stream. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. A new production happening all over the place. You're going to see a lot of new things today. I'm experimenting with some things. Hi, everybody. I'm a little bit more red today. You'll see why later. You'll see why later. Okay, it's good to see everybody. Welcome in, everybody. And I'm already seeing, I'm going to have to put Twitch chat right here so you can see my face and see my face do the things. How are you doing, everybody? How are things? Let me move my OBS right here. And then we're going to do it. It's good to see you. Chat, welcome in. Welcome back to another Eve stream, ladies and gentlemen. Is that a new chair? No, it is not. It is a new angle, though. So, before we go any further, 2026. Wow, new mic angle. Yeah, the mic isn't new. The camera is. I'm, actually, can you... Lyra's on that side now, too. Okay, can you just hear me out, champ? I'm going to be experimenting with some production in the coming days and the coming weeks. You're going to see this angle, the things behind me, the things in front of me change. It's going to be a little bit different. For example, right now my chat is over here. So you're going to see me looking there. And there's just a lot of these little things that are happening that are going to be leading to bigger, better things. Same Eve. Same goodies. Same things. Well, I was going to say same things are happening, but maybe not. Hello? I'm going to have to see about that, chat. What the heck? That's right, guys. That's right. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Eve Online is no longer a part of the channel. You know, I'm putting out an Eve Online today. Pay no attention to the fact that there's Eve Online today content coming out tomorrow and the next day. And the next day. But even with those things, I'm still absolutely quitting Eve Online. So I'm also mirrored comparatively. So you guys are smart. Yeah, I'm not mirrored. The camera's in a new position. Camera's in a new position. We got a lot of things to talk about. We are going to be talking about the director's letter today. That is going to be a big part of our day. I know a lot of you are thinking, hey, what is the deal? How can we do this? What is happening with the future of EVE Online? I can tell you. Do we fix it? Look at us. We're back in space. We have it already. Just a couple buttons to click, and then, you know, that's it. That's all we needed right there, really. So let me put this guy here. I'm going to put this music right here. Sounds good. New audio. New things. A lot of stuff happening. Bizarro Loru, that's me. I am the Bizarro Mirth. That is I. I quit like 3 times yesterday. Same. So the hairstyle the other direction. Yes, I didn't move the camera to the opposite side of my modeler. It's just styled in a different direction. That's right. That's all it is. Nothing else. I keep looking there if I want to go to the camera, but it's over there now. So we got a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about. So 2026 is here. And the director's letter's here. We got a lot of things to go over and discuss. We're going to be talking about EVE Online today. We're also going to be talking about all 3 of the Eves, actually. because Eve Vanguard, they kind of snuck it in. Little sneaky action from the devs. Put Eve Vanguard into the Eve Online director's letter. And we're going to talk about a bit of both. Because, and at the end, we are also going to be covering Frontier, because we're going to cover it. And like always, and Lyra, please pause the music, because the people need to hear me loud and clear. Whenever I mention Vanguard and Frontier, there's always these weird opinions that I don't know. And I haven't said, if Vanguard and Frontier are good, we will talk about it. If they're fun, if they're good games, we're going to talk about it. We'll talk about Ashes maybe today too. If you want me to talk about Ashes of Creation, type 1 in chat. If they're bad, we're going to talk about it too. If they're bad, we're going to discuss it. My loyalty is to you, the viewer, ladies and gentlemen, not to companies, not to, organizations. My loyalty is to you, the people, because I know that you're smart and that, there wasn't enough ones. I don't know if we should talk about Ashes today. So, Eve did outlive another MMO. We'll probably talk about it briefly, but I don't know if it'll be a video, which I say at the start of every single freaking video. So, Lobo, big super chat coming in, brother. What's up, dude? Woo! Big super chat coming in. Lobo, good to see you. 50 bones.
For the dog.
Good to see. One does not quit Eve, just goes AFK. That's what he says. This is right. Combat Industrial Fleet is still a go. Oh, good. Yes, so... yeah, Lobo, if you want to plan stuff, feel free to put it in the Grow the Community chat in my Discord. And this goes for literally anybody in the Discord. If you guys want to plan fleets or group up, like there's can I show you? We're going to talk about the Eve Director's Letter in just a sec. Can I click the Discord? Yeah, let's click the Discord button. I want to show you all this. If we go, I have a lot of stuff I have to read in the Discord. I know, don't worry, Jack. It's been a day. You can always plan stuff in the Grow the Community chat, which is where like this one right here, which is where Gustav's posting stuff. Anytime you have fleet, you can always post there. But if you ever just want to group up with people, just like the people in the Discord, you can in the Discord, you can click this. This automatically makes a Discord group, and then when you leave it, it'll get deleted. So you can make as many voice comms and hang out with your people in my Discord as you want. You don't need to be in your own thing. You don't need to have to like set up a Discord. You can have it be a part of the community Discord and have us hanging out together. My hair is like extra poofy today, and I don't know why. Is it because of the dry air? I don't know. But did I turn off Discord? Let me turn that off. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the Gustav. Gustav is a friend of the channel. Gustav does well. I support Gustav in his abyssings. And, we interviewed Gustav for CSM when he was trying to do CSM stuff. I don't think he got in, but always next year. Always next year. So, a lot to discuss today. A lot going on. A lot of things are happening. And I gotta tell you, it's just really exciting to be an Eve creator in the year of our Lord. Because the more stuff that's going on, man, the game just keeps improving. Let's quickly touch on Ashes of Creation and just kind of talk about this for a second. I don't know if this is going to be a video, but, I say that at the start of every single one of these. This is a sad day because Ashes of Creation is straight up shut down. This is a game that has been in development for some time and many, many years and is now straight up gone. They have not yet posted about it on the official Twitter, but everybody is ablaze, including Margaret, somebody that is well known in the industry, and is tweeted out the other day that they're done. I'm going to cancel those alerts for you. So you could still sub or follow chat, whatever, but I'm going to just, put this stuff here so that people can hear it and move my Streamlabs too. Ashes of Creation is gone. It is no longer a game. It is done. This is pretty crazy because the game has been in for 10 years. And let me talk to you about my experience with the game. And then I want to talk to you about what this means for the growing gaming industry as a whole. Because it's actually not, it is ashes. Yeah, exactly. Gone,
reduced to ashes.
So I never paid for this game. And I remember when the Kickstarter was out, I had a bunch of buddies that were like,
oh, hey, you have to check out this new MMO, blah, blah.
At the time, I was playing Guild Wars 2, and I had no reason to play, and EVE Online, to be direct, and I had no reason to play any other thing. And it was just one of those things. And I didn't want to do other things, right? Because I was too busy playing Guild Wars 2, too busy having a good time with that. Here, let me move this guy over here one sec. And and with EVE Online as well. So I didn't want to play those things. And I remember going to PAX East with a bunch of my buddies. And when we went to these conventions, we would see Ashes of Creation. We would see these big, elaborate booths, these massive, things. It was really, really sick. And I always kind of went, wow, that's really, really cool for them, And then, as I kind of looked at it more, I was like, that's a massive thing. I thought to myself, that costs tens of thousands of dollars to rent this booth. The actual art itself, I mean, Chad, they had like a, can I find it? Like Ashes of Creation PAX East booth. Is there like a photo of this? Because this would be kind of, yeah, look at this. This is just one of the years. I remember this year that this is a video or something. Okay, actually, is there a thumbnail I can look at? This was, this was one of the years, just one, where they had all these like computers set up where you could check stuff out. And they had this gateway and all these other things. And it was just pretty cool. And I remember looking at this going like, oh, that's cool. I'll check the game out. And then when I went to go check the game out, I saw that it was no longer a game. Sorry, that it was an alpha back then. Now it's no longer a game. But then I was like, what do you mean it's an alpha? So all this hype, all this stuff for an alpha? Pretty crazy, pretty weird IMO. I didn't think that was interesting. So my marketing brain was kind of going off of this. And I was like, look, I'm not gonna pay for this game. I'm not gonna back this game because there's something's, and all that for an alpha. I just don't know what's gonna happen with this game. Well, fast forward literally 10 years, and they launched the game on Steam last month, and it was doing pretty decent as still an alpha. They weren't yet at a 1.0. They made that very, very clear. And then this was a couple days ago. It is the studio head. I don't know his full name guys, you have to understand, I'm reporting on this as someone that's been so like not involved, and I'm shocked in a way that's like, okay, yeah, it's worse for the industry than it is for this game's community. The game community is gonna be reeling because they have nowhere else to go. EVE Online will accept you, by the way. Would you like a game that rewards your actual time? That's EVE Online. Cheers to that. So Ashes is actually just Ashes. This is not a meme. This is not clickbait. We don't do that here, despite what the haters say. It is literally gone. It is absolutely done. So it's this is one of the studio heads. And the short of this is, he says, okay, that on behalf of the company, regarding the situation, so not on behalf of the company, excuse me, control of the company has shifted away from me, and the board began directing actions, and I could not ethically agree with the carry out. As a result, he resigns, and it goes on to say that people resigned, and then the company has decided to mass lay off everybody. A WARN Act is like a legal notice. This is very heavy. It's very sad. The studio is hundreds of people, and gone. The community was massive, gone. This was played by all the top MMO streamers, by Soda Poppin', by Sunny, by all of the top streamers, all the top. And if they played WoW, they probably played Ashes of Creation. Hell, I think I want to say I saw Tim Bataman and Shroud playing this too. So this is sad because this just screams like scam, and I don't know what to say about it other than it just looks like if it smells like a scam, it looks like a scam, it's probably a scam kind of thing. So what I'll tell you about this is really bad for the gaming industry, not just for Ashes. People are never going to pre-order games again. That's the effect that this has had, and this might be the title of this video or something similar, is pre-ordering games is officially done. I've told you for years to not pre-order games that are not out. I want to support eVanguard and eFrontier. And I've said this many times, do not buy anything if you are skeptical, because at the end of the day, you are buying something that doesn't exist yet. You are spending money on the hope that it comes out. I hope that the people that bought this game get their refunds. By the way, Margaret, to her credit, has been saying a lot of, someone's like, my phone's going off. Margaret, to her credit, and this is the old marketing lead of Ashes, was saying, we just freaking, what the hell's going on, chat? One sec. How do I uninstall Gemini from my computer? This absolute bloatware, stupid Copilot thing. Asmongold made a video about it, explaining pretty well. He said it's definitely not a scam, but they didn't intend this to happen. Maybe. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, chat, let's just be real. If something looks like a scam, smells like a scam, it might, at best, it is gross negligence. Okay. At best, this is gross negligence. At worst, this was a planned thing, because when you talk about, we have a thing we talk about in the channel a lot because we're digital. I'm a digital marketer for the better part of 10 years now. When we talk about this, you want to say, why did something happen? You can look at the timings of things and what actually happened. So the timings of things, they just launched it on Steam. They made the most money in a month they've ever have, and then the game is pulled. So I'm hoping that Steam stops them from getting paid and that they refund everybody. You know, so it's just very sad that this happened, because Ashes was one of those lights in the dark, and I'm hoping that other game studios can pick this up. I'm going to tell you something else that is very I haven't seen really anybody talk about this, and that's, you don't need to worry about the success of Ashes or New World or any of these other games that were all kind of like on the cusp. There are so many games coming out right now that I don't think you need to worry about if Ashes is there or not. And I'm going to go real macro for a sec. Too many people are getting their identities from what they consume. I really think this goes beyond gaming, that it's about movies and music, and you know, like, we can empathize with people. Like we talk about Command & Conquer all the time on this channel, and I love Command & Conquer. I grew up with it, but like, if someone dislikes Command & Conquer, I'm not going to be like,
well, that guy's he's me.
Like, I'm not going to offend them or be offended by them because of something they like or don't like, you know. So Ashes is a game that should have, it deserved a brighter future, and it didn't get it. If you played Ashes or were checking on Ashes and were, you know, now that it's dead, what I recommend you do is you literally go play any of the other quality MMOs that are out there. World of Warcraft Classic is going into Burning Crusade. I am not necessarily going to be playing that, okay? We're playing a lot of Arc Raiders with me and my buddies. It's just a good time. It has that, like, I can log in and go feel. I play EVE Online when I'm not playing Arc Raiders. That's basically it. Like, No Man's Sky is the best it's ever been. Guild Wars 2 is still a fantastic game. You can literally throw a dart at any of the top MMOs and they're still going to be better than something that isn't out. Okay, so the thing to understand about this is that the actions of the studio heads have really caused people to never pre-order games again. This is going to be echoing into the future, where Ashes was a 10-year a literal decade of 10 years of production that culminated in nothing, in a puff of smoke. And we're hoping that people get the refunds. I'm hoping that the devs that were like, you know, like boots on the ground devs, that like the guy designing how the staff looks, you know, is not to blame. The people that are at the top, the leadership is to blame, because they're the ones that cause the studio to dissolve with their mismanagement at best. Okay. We pray for the people involved and we hope they find better homes. So, you know, if you want more game news, check out this playlist right here. And if you want the best moment-to-moment guides, that's this button right here, sub right here. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much. Chat, we have to do a video on that. Okay, we have to do a video on that. So now I will read comments. And I'm still getting used to my new setup here because I changed and cleaned basically everything. You know what I'm saying? Basically everything. So, culminate in the ashes of creation. Stop that. Please don't do that anymore. Game had thousands, excuse me, of FOMO items over the years. That was the other thing about it, is that there was a pay alpha, and they had cosmetics that you could get if you were like, if you paid it. And if it sounds like what eFrontier did, yep, it is exactly what eFrontier did. And not saying eFrontier failed. I'm saying eFrontier has cosmetic packs for a game that isn't alpha. I called them out when they put that out, and this is kind of what's I don't understand this. Maybe one of you can help me understand this. I have said from the beginning that if eFrontier is good, we're gonna talk about it. I've also said that if eFrontier is bad, we're going to talk about it. And I saw a comment on, now that Frontier is doing their thing, we're going to try to talk about the Frontier Director's Letter too. Now that Frontier is kind of pushing forward, some people are saying that like I was shilling for them, and that I was like, shilling for a company means you support them even if they are doing bad things. I'm actually the only creator who made a video about the bad stuff. And called them out. You know, I'm gonna, again, loyalty is to y'all. We'll have to see about that. So, yeah, the Star Citizen lords will be watching the fallout from us closely. Unfortunately, that's not a joke, you know, so So I don't necessarily agree with that take for Vareska. We can have a conversation about monetization in games. The monetization as an alpha needs to be something that is, I straight up don't recommend anybody buy anything that for a game that isn't out yet anymore again. After Ashes, I just don't recommend it. It's both can be true that hey, look, if you want to spend money on something, you're an adult and you can go do that. And if you're buying something that isn't out yet, well, it isn't out yet, so. Being an optimist is not being a shill as well. People conflate that. That's really inverse. That's a really good way to put that. That's a very, I gotta tell you, that's a very excellent way to put that. So I'm proud of you for saying it like that. Hey, Loru, came back about a month ago and your guides all around helped me a ton, even though I still struggle with abyssals. Too much stuff to memorize, still dying in T1s for now. Dude, Micro, it's good to see you. Micro, listen, your number one thing right now is you gotta stop doing T1s. You gotta start doing T0s, my friend, okay? Start doing T0s. Thanks, not dad, you're welcome, son. Not son. Start doing T0s instead. Because you don't need to do T1s. You can just go to T0s until you learn more things. So, you've been enjoying Eve. Good. Yeah, Chlorokin's good people. They're a friend of the channel. Definitely does stuff. I did back Star Citizen back in 2012 for $45. That's it. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting more money into a game that you're actively playing. Star Citizen is in a situation right now where it is playable. It is something that people can enjoy and is doable. But that's what's weird about it is that it's such a store. I don't know how else to describe this. It's like it's a storefront first. People call it Store Citizen instead of Star Citizen. So it's always the FOMO. Yeah, one of the reasons we talk about marketing principles a lot on this channel is because I'm uniquely qualified to help you understand the science of how companies try to make you feel you have to buy something. And then if that's all they are, that comes out in the end, which is one of the reasons why I'm not necessarily worried about Ashes being done, because it looks like that might have been the case with them. So, my good people, you are right, of course. Same dying in T0 problems at T0 and T1 are super, super difficult. If T0 is super difficult for you, I'm going to tell you right now that you need to work on getting your skills up and fly as cheap ships as possible and wait for your DPS and tank skills to get a little bit higher. Try level 1 missions instead, because T0s are the tutorial. But if you're dying in those, it's because your stats are just not there yet, So thank you, Orion, bless you. So Star Citizen does not have the Eve drama, so much history in Little Blood and Eve. To say that Star Citizen does not have drama is an incorrect statement. Does it have as much as Eve? Well, no, because Eve's a better designed game. Eve's a better designed game because it facilitates that drama and there's actual warfare. We're going to talk about that in just a sec. There's warfare in a real way. Instead of people flaunting the thousands of dollars of money they spent on ships, it's actually like, hey, we can do a thing. So, okay. What we're going to do. And by the way, this year, maybe even this quarter, probably before the new Eve expansion, if I'm thinking about it, because we're going to talk about that. I'm going to check out Star Citizen before Q2, most likely. I'm thinking we do it before the next expansion, which is going to be in Q2. So I want to check it out simply to answer the question: should you play it from my own perspective? So we're going to be definitely looking that up and doing it ourselves. It's not something that I recommend you do right now because I've heard too many bad things about Star Citizen. Hey, quiet me. That's me talking. Only I can talk to me about me. Regardless, for me, Star Citizen is too hard to run, barely pushing 10 FPS. Well, there it is. If it doesn't run on your machine, then don't do it. So, should push 50 FPS? Well, even that is still like, only 50 FPS. All right, y'all. Let's talk about this. Oh, we had a hype train. I didn't even realize. Bro, chat, I have a lot of new production going on, chat, and I unironically need to fix how this stuff goes. So please bear with me while we deal with the new productions, okay? Because I'm seeing some stuff that I have to work on that isn't exactly going. So, Lalise.
Tier 2'd out of your mind for 6 months.
Yeah, we got to Blackheart
with 100 biddies.
Richard Darkstar.
Tier 1 out of your mind for 23 months.
Richard Darkstar almost at the 2-year mark. Kapow. Almost there. Boomcat.
Twitch primed Out of your mind. Good to see you. Yeah.
I love to see it. Love to see you, Boomcat. Good to see you. I'm human after all. I am human after all. I promise you. I promise I'm real. I promise I'm real, chat. We just got a lot of... I'm thinking about how I can do this. I might end up putting... I move my monitors around and everything. We're going to talk about it later. So, because I'm looking at my production, and like right now, it looks like I'm crazy because I'm looking up to the right. That's where my stream alerts are. So, Star says I bought 4 ships in game with in-game currency I earned. So far, they're all there. Good. Excellent job. So, I started even in 2008. I am also a 2008 baby. I actually had a on my video yesterday where I mentioned that I've been playing Eve since 2008. You know our tagline is, chat, I'm a digital advertiser, content creator for the better part of 10 years now. You know that that's something that we say. But in that same video, I said, hey, by the way, we've been playing since 2008. So someone commented that, like, you know,
Yeah, I'm not listening to anybody that hasn't played the game for at least 2 decades.
first of all, go with God. I don't know what to tell you. That's pretty crazy. Like, I don't know.
I'm only listening to people that have been playing the same game for 20 years.
That is bananas. I've been playing, first of all, I'm playing since 2008, so it's almost 20 years. Secondly, that's not a person that I can help, chat. So goodness gracious. So it literally makes no sense. It's the highest bar possible, a video game. Crazy. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. We talked about Ashes. I wanted to kind of get that out of the way. This is our recent content we've been putting out. We got our big 10 tricks videos. If you're new, I highly recommend you check out the courses tab over on our YouTube. It's much, much easier to use than the playlist tab. This tab is like analysis paralysis.
What do I click on?
I literally have no idea. There's so many things happening. Courses, just right here by the playlist tab. This is going to be super easy for you to click on, and it's just right there for you. We have our Max Player Masterclass, which is for everybody with like above 30 million skill points to help you make more ISK when you're omega'd out of your mind. Then you've got the new player playlist, okay? This is for all the new players. By the end of this, you'll be able to be fully ready for EVE Online. And look, you don't have to watch all 17 videos. There's 17 videos in there. You can click on the playlist and then find the one you want and then go from there. That's what I recommend you do. Your overview is really nice, by the way. Swapped to yesterday. I'm so glad you did, Dermont. I'm so glad you did. You remember what the tutorial was like back in 2008? I don't. Was there even a tutorial? That's how long ago it's been. I actually have no idea. So, you know, saying 20 years in a game where you can passively train skills, what? Yes, absolutely. Well, especially after our recent interview with Ava, Ava Deal. Ava was one of EVE's most dangerous many times last year. Ava is a newer player, all things considered, only the last couple years, and yet is topping DPS charts and is winning and is not LSIing into all these different ships, right? So you could be a newer player and still, you know, not be bad. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Thank y'all for using my overview. We are getting nothing but positive feedback from that overview. Loved to see it. Very excellent. So, Chad, I think it's time that we everybody say hi, YouTube. I need a tissue. Where's my tissues? Chad, I'm gonna go get a tissue, and when I get back, we're gonna time to talk about some stuff. Huh? Time to talk about. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? We're watching my parents' dog. I took him for a walk before this because I love him and I'm a good owner. And, you know, it's so cold. Before we go into this, are y'all okay? Are y'all doing okay? Press 1 if you're okay. It's very cold. Our snow isn't melting. I got almost a foot of snow the other week, and we got even more the storm after. So are y'all doing okay? Is everything all right in our lovely community of ours? One doing okay, good. That's what we like to hear, baby. That's what we like to hear. So I'm just, I was worried about y'all. I really was, because with all the snow coming, with all the stuff happening, we have no idea. So playing game, everything is good. Great. It's 80 here. God bless you, Dan. It is not. It is like 20 degrees where I am, and it's a warm day this week. It is a music stop, ref. Turn that on. Thank you. Jeez. Sheesh. 0.5, does that count? Fair enough. Fair enough. I want Snow. Share something. You can have all of ours. Thank you. We got even more. I'm okay. I'm almost out of work. Kind of log it in about a half an hour. Good. I'm hoping I can provide y'all some entertainment while you are driving. Just listening, of course. Nobody's watching. Right? You're just listening. Right? You're not going to be doing something dumb, chat. Isn't that right? Okay, correct. So, I have a heat wave of 23 at the moment. Yes, correct. It's hot as heck here. Y'all are in different parts of the world. I tell you, it's 32 Celsius in South Africa. Well, it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit here, and I don't know what that is in non-freedom units. I have no idea. So, I have no idea. I'm okay. I'm at the gym at the moment. Good. Hey, 07 from Italy. 017. We really do have a global audience, chat. That's pretty amazing. So, I believe it's time that we talk about some stuff. Shall we? Everybody say hi, YouTube. Let me get sit. I have a new mat on the ground, a new like plastic mat, and it's getting, you have to like break it in, you know what I'm saying? Everybody say hi, YouTube. Everybody say hi, YouTube. Well, 2026 in EVE Online is shaping up to be fan-freaking-tastic from FanFest. The new expansions, new content, new Wormhole content, baby, is coming. Let's talk about it. The director's letter and the roadmap right now in EVE Online. Let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and EVE enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now. And this is going to be the 2026 director's letter and beyond. Okami Burger killing it. I forget his CCP name. Somebody in chat tell me, because it was like my ADD is telling me like, I want to say the wrong name. CCP wrong name. That's, you have to rebrand now. That's it. So we have to make sure that happens. There's a longer video that has been an hour long, and Okami's killing. He's locked in. He's locked in right there. He's killing it. So we're going to be talking about what this means and what the future of EVE is and how it goes. Very, very proud of the team. We're going there. And before we talk about the future, because we're going to start with this roadmap, I want to tell you that it's working. My first real tip for you and first real kind of note for you is that the way that they've been putting out content, it's working. This is something that has been very excellent the last couple years. I believe EVE is in the best state it's ever been in terms of fun, in terms of stuff. There's a lot of things that could be updated, some things that could be changed. 07, Mrs. Loru, it's good to see you. Love you a lot, honey. Thanks for being here, okay? Thank you for being here, baby. This is one of those things. Oh, are you not modded, honey? You should be modded. I think I VIP'd you, but I believe you already are a mod. So, okay, good. You are a mod now, too. Excellent. So, this is, I thought you were a mod. That's crazy. This is how it's going to be, y'all. 2025 was absolutely amazing, and is one of those things that we are very happy to see. 2026, it looks like, is going to be even bigger, even greater. Let's talk about the roadmap before we dive into other things. In Q1, Catalyst major update. Now, this is something, you're going to see a couple major updates on here, okay? This is something that they've been doing that we are quite pleased about, that is really helping the EVE universe to settle. Catalyst was the expansion in the fall of last year. It released the Phased Rifts, the Pioneer, the Odysseus, a lot of other stuff. And there are some balancing things that could happen with the game and could improve it. So the Catalyst major update is going to do just that. It's going to take the systems that came out in Catalyst and just make them better. So I'm glad to keep doing this, because do I have the I want to see if I have the 2025 roadmap. Do I have the 2025 roadmap? So yeah, let's actually look at this. So you can, let's like compare the two, because I think that's a good idea. We can put this like here-ish and put this here. So you can see in Q1, they basically just have nothing but Revenant. Nothing but Revenant on the whole thing. Q2, we have the Summer X-Pack FanFest Capsuleer Day. Capsuleer Day, FanFest, and Summer X-Pack is happening again. But they're calling it a Q2 expansion. That's a good note. We're gonna talk about that. Q3 is the tournament and the summer expansion update, which this doesn't look like a lot, but this was a lot. I don't know if y'all remember, but right before the winter expansion, the summer expansion had a lot of new content, a lot of stuff coming in. We've got a lot of things, CSM election, and more EVE Evolved. I like that they're putting that in there. Good. And then finally, Q4 of last year was the Winter X-Pack, which was Catalyst, the Tourney, Crimson Harvest, and Winter Nexus. So notably, Crimson Harvest is missing from 2026's list. Or is it? No, it's right there. I'm freaking blind, bro. It's literally right there. Never mind. So Crimson Harvest and Winter Nexus, I'm so glad they're both there because I was actually thinking about this before being on that. Let's work from the start, though. Come on. Literally, chat, these glasses, they're not helping me. They're not, I need, Alexa, order me new glasses that actually let me see things. And send them to my house and make sure that they are nice looking and not bad. Make sure they look good. Signed. Maybe put some lenses in. No, there's lenses. They're just so small that you can't see them. That's exactly correct. So, but you can't have my brand. Yes. So Q1, we're getting the major update. This is going to be big. This is going to be pretty cool. Eve Evolved. I want you to see the amount of times that they're doing this. This is not a small thing. 1, 2, twice a year. Twice a year, we're doing Eve Evolved. Eve Evolved is not a small thing. This is an initiative that they started last year to improve aspects of the game visually, to improve the looks of things. And some of the fruits of that labor have been quite excellent, if I do say so myself. You can look at literally all of the cruisers in the game, and they visually updated literally all of them. It just makes me happy to be able to see my favorite ships absolutely look absolutely better. Absolute. So you can see all the different polygons, all the different pixels. This used to be like way less complicated. That's the best way to think about it. So the Vexor also, if you haven't played the game in a long time, every ship got updated like little spinny bits and polygons, and everything doesn't look so blocky now. They all look like real fully fledged spaceships in terms of where all the little things are, you know? So Uwu is right. Uwu is right. Especially, my God, especially the Celestis looking real nice. We love to see how this is. These ships, these models, the Lachesis, the Arazu, the Celestis, these all look absolutely fantastic. I have to silence my damn phone, dude, because it keeps going off. And Edler, you can take this out. Obviously, the people don't care about that. Okay, so Celestis. Eve Evolved is not some small thing that's happening. And then we have the Galente election. This might puzzle some of you. Why the heck
is Galente election on there?
Well, let's actually read some stuff and see why this is. Because I watched this before. We're not going to watch it. We're going to talk through it. And then we're going to go through where stuff's going. Okay, so let's talk about it. 2025, redrawing the foundations of Eve. So 2025 was the year for Eve Online. It was a year of hardening the core experiences of Eve, gave mining and industry some necessary love with Catalyst, saw how quickly the meta shifted with fleet-based mining and new resource strategies with Legion, all these other things, you know, so we got a lot of stuff coming in. I'm just getting ready for stuff, chat. Let me just put this right here. Okay. My Alexa is not prompting me to buy glasses. There it is. So you can go check out the pulse and the scope to see a bunch of the carnage that happened. But one of the things that the director's video actually talked about is that they can see it in the data that more people are fleeting up, more people are getting involved with. Even Swift mentioned a back-to-back-to-back 3 days in a row trillion-isk dread brawl in Lowsec, probably courtesy of our friends over at Fleet, knowing them. So that was just last year. We have some of the biggest fights of the decades happen back-to-back-to-back. That was just last year. So so the focus of, that's right, exactly, Orion, correct. Well done. This year's director's letter can be summed up with 2 commitments over the next 3 expansions. And this is interesting, how they've taken an expansion and they're making it, they're kind of cutting it up into 3 digestible parts to what the meta go. In any other game, this would be a bad thing. In EVE Online, this is a good thing because it lets the meta, it lets the dust fall. It lets the game kind of come and acquiesce to what's happening with the new changes, right? So getting too much at once, too many new systems, all of a sudden people are like, what the heck is that? So this is a good thing. They're going to elevate faction warfare into war with real stakes and pull players into the fight with purpose from day one. I'm pleased with this because I'm very much hoping that this means that they're going to evolve what it means to do faction warfare, because right now, unless you're with buddies, you're not, it's not fun to stream, let's put it that way. Be going from site to site to site in faction warfare, where I go to like one site, I spend 10 minutes. Blood sugar hit me, champ. I gotta get some more food. You go to another site, spend another 10 minutes, go to another site, spend another 10 minutes. This is pretty awesome. So, and this is a good point, Gonlink, is that this is also, faction warfare is also a big spot for alphas to kind of get hit, because that's what's happening right there, isn't it? So faction warfare shouldn't affect PvE faction, please. Well, I disagree with that, and you're in for a bit of a disappointment as well. So let's just keep talking. 3 expansions, 1 saga. Things are never quiet in Eve. Constant motion is what makes Eve feel alive. Over the next 3 expansions, we're going all in on theaters of war. Expanding faction warfare and formalizing military campaigns as a core. These are bolded because they're going to be actual systems. As a core part of Eve's future. They won't be isolated battles, but living conflicts with clear arcs, goals, escalations, and resolution, unfolding across every single connected narrative over time. This represents a shift in how we build Eve. I want you to understand that this means we're going to have missions that are going to be more streamlined and more, right now, I believe what this, and they don't tell me anything, chat, and I wouldn't reveal anything if I was NDA'd anyway. What this reads like, theaters of war and military campaigns, are PvEVP missions. Okay. Pivvup. How about if we do PvPEP? Pivip. It's this one. They're gonna, what I think, they're gonna have PvE. They're gonna do that one. They're gonna make it so that this is what happens, I believe, where right now you have these like NPC missions, levels 1 through 4 and 5. Well, because not many people do 5s because they take you into low sec. And they're going to probably keep those as is. I expect maybe a slight updates, but the faction warfare is going to be straight up molded into more what you see on the level 1 to 5 mission side. I'm expecting some voice acting on these missions. I'm expecting some, like, if they're going to really make, I really need this to be voice acted. Okay. If we're talking about, hey, everybody, new system, theaters of war, military campaigns, and I sign in and it's like text on a box, like your mission, should you choose it. I need like the Galente, like give me Savala. You know what I'm saying? Like whether we wanted it or not, we stepped into a war with the Cabal. Like those are iconic and fun because it's voice acted. Even it's the same daggum strike I ran 70 times in a week. Okay. Help me. Those were some times in a D1 chat. Now, imagine that comes to Eve where we get some voice acting, that would be sick. Like if the Amar, Galente, Kadari, all the other ones are like different sounding, that would be pretty cool. Give me Quaff. Yes, the Angry Soda Company. No, Rip Zavala is correct. Absolutely. Not going to happen because CCP. No, my main, Eve Vanguard. The intro to Eve Vanguard has some voice acting. I'm telling you, chat, the new blood that is Vanguard and Frontier is changing the company for the better. So does this synergize with Vanguard? Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does. For example, Vanguard will play a direct role in upcoming military campaigns from the horse's mouth. So let me talk about what this means first for EVE Online, and then we're going to talk about EVE Vanguard and go from there. So I think this means you're going to see more structured campaigns with PvE, with PvP type missions for faction warfare low sec areas, still taking you out of high sec and into more dangerous areas to get you involved. So TLDR, we're chasing big ideas with follow through. It's also going to be done over 3 expansions. So don't whenever they reveal what the next expansion is, the Q2 expansion, which they're going to talk about at FanFest, don't be like, oh, this is it. They're actually going to iterate on it 2 more times. They're going to expand on it 2 more times. And I'm really pleased with how the devs are doing things, because let's big picture this for just a sec. This is the 2026 director's letter. But how many of you remember Winter Nexus last year had new stuff? Crimson Harvest had new stuff. The Nexus Reckoning event had a lot of newer ways to do things. They keep experimenting and using events as this way to test content types. And the stuff that we did not talk about Wormhole content yet, and the stuff that works they're putting it together, and you betcha that they're gathering the data and they're going to put those kind of things into bigger, badder expansions. The Nexus Reckoning and the Crimson Harvest last year were some of the most fun I've had in EVE in like 5 years. The Nexus Reckoning, like hanging out with people, like battling for stuff. You know, then you go into the shadow wormholes. You're in the shadow wormhole. It was visually incredible. The art team cooked, just sitting there in the back, just Gordon Ramsaying everything, you know. And then Crimson Harvest, my God, so much fun theory crafting, flying around ships with y'all, getting some great ISK. It was just a fantastic time. They're going to be doing theaters of war and military campaigns as a formal mission thing, is what I believe, in EVE Online very, very soon. So what is the difference? Theaters of war are not limited to the front lines of low security space. Care Bears beware. The Empire Wars are felt across high sec and low sec alike. Ladies and gentlemen, time to get involved. Time to undock a cheap T1 Tristan and practice PvPing if that's what you want to do. Remember, if you don't want to PvP, you could still indie. There's plenty of stuff you could do, but goodness gracious, just as in player corporations, conflict should create opportunity for all playstyles to contribute. Fighting, industry, logistics, resource gathering, and support all matter, whether it's the edge of the battlefield or deep in your home territory. So military campaigns are designed as storytelling tools. Each one has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So think of it like an epic arc with a more of a narrative focus instead of something that's repeatable. They created moments worth committing to, outcomes worth fighting over, and histories worth remembering. Interesting. So I hope this means they're going to have voice acting. That would be pretty sick. I would like that a lot. Going solo, you are not alone. EVE is a social game. Even when you play it alone, but breaking barrier to social play is hard, especially for new Capsuleers. It really is. It really is. Being a newer player in EVE is confusing. It's one of the reasons we make the guides that we do. It's why I charge the prices that I charge. Tell him, Kanye. Let's go. I think they're making stuff better, betterist. I didn't finish college. They're making things gooder. That's right. For the newer players. Okay. So this year we're focusing on giving new players, especially solo and low confidence pilots, clear purpose and meaningful agency from day one. It's a big W. Chat, let's get some W's for this. This is a large thing. It's really great. Absolutely. I couldn't imagine starting EVE blind without streamers to help, says the cycle repeating. I hear you there, my friend, and I understand it. Here is the harsh reality of this. The game is hard for new players right now, but it's not as hard as it used to be. Hopefully, military campaigns are the foundation of that experience. So it looks like military campaigns are the easier ones. I need a bar or something. My blood sugar is plummeting. I'm going to text my wife, and I'll probably take this out a little bit later. One sec, chat. Can I have a snack of fruit, please, my babe? So, okay. It looks like I'll have the editor take that up. Military campaigns are going to be focused on making sure that newer players have agency from day one. I got to tell you, this is a big deal. A lot of veterans, and I see this come up when I make a new player guide. If you're new to the game, there are what we call the bitter vets. People that have like 20 years of Omega paid for across multiple accounts and still complain about the game. Still say that
the game is dying.
Whatever, as they spend thousands of dollars on Omega. I'm coining a new term called the joyful vet. Joyful vets are the people that are here and have taken some breaks and are back and whatever, and they're still having a good time with the game because it's a video game at the end of the day. We're supposed to have fun. That's the point, right? We're supposed to have fun. Wife sign up for snacks. Actually, what I'm doing right now, it's not a joke. So the brass tacks is that new players are the lifeblood of EVE Online. Look, Ashes of Creation died. We just, talked about that on a little bit over on stream. We like the game. That's right, Orion. If we don't get new players, we will also go the way of Ashes. That's just how it is. You can monetize a community as much as you want, but if the people aren't there, then you won't be able to win. So we need more players, and we need them to stick around, because I have a lot of people that are I have a lot of buddies that are fully willing to play, OSRS or World of Warcraft Classic or even retail, but they're not willing to pick up EVE Online because they view it as complicated. They view it as too hard to get into, when I keep telling them, dude, it's easiest it's ever been. OSRS, you're doing the same drag and dropping as you do in OSRS, you know. It's craziness. We have to make sure that everyone's coming in. So Marquee in the chat. Eve, Joyful Vets sound like making of a good theme song. Make it happen, Marquee. It's good to see you. Everybody, chat, can we get some 07s for the man himself? Marquee Dragon in the chat. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything's going well with you. Hope you enjoyed the bourbon. If you save some for me when eventually when I visit, I'll have to try some myself. What's up, Marquee? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in, brother. Thanks for being here. So Joyful Vets, my friend. Yes, Joyful Vets. So this is good. I hope this is done well, because I don't think that the devs are going to get a lot of chances to be able to say, hey, we made, oh, geez.
Hey, we made this system that is for newer players. It's easier than ever.
And then people try it and the game's still hard. You know, I'm not saying the game has to get easy. So get over here for a drink. That's right, brother. That's right. Claudio, it's good to see you. You're about to have the best time possible. So military campaigns are a foundation of that experience. Wait for pilots to take on contracts from rival empires and immediately become part of something larger than themselves. So it's just missions, but a different way to think about it. Okay. That's what it looks like. So interesting. So from there, we want to gradually introduce complexity, risk, opportunity, easing players from solo into coexistence, co-play, and eventually shared purpose. This is... Y'all need to see that the thinking here is correct. In order for people to be a part of this community, we need to help them to acquiesce in a way that doesn't like gimp them later. It's why I say don't LSI into the ship you think you want to fly, but haven't never flown it. Don't do that, because you're going to, a lot of times people will buy something, they try it out, they die, and then they quit. You know, the other day I was playing Arc Raiders, and I actually died to time for the first time because there was a dude camping the Raider hatch. He was camping it, and I couldn't get to it. And I went for the other one, and I died. Guess what I'm never going to do again? Next time I'm just going to run at him. I love you, honey, so much. Thank you so much. You're a great wife. Wow. You want to wave to the people? You can't see it because they're over here now. You want to smooch? One sec, chat. I have to smooch my wife. I have to pause the video. Yeah. So, one sec, chat. Yeah, okay. We can go over after them. No. Okay. W wife. Check. Make some W's for my wife. Yeah. Oh, wow. Incredible. Couldn't do it without her. I'm a little low blood sugar. She cut up an apple, brought me an apple. W. Get you a wife. It matters, chat. It's fantastic. I might keep that in the video. It's incredible. So, this is the right way of thinking. Thank you all, chat, for respecting and helping me to hype up my lovely wife who I waited my entire life for, and now she's here. So I get to take care of her and keep her, and that's what I plan on doing. So wife is more precious than R64. That's what Proverb says. You know, I tell you that. This is the right way to think about it. Because this is actually, when we talk about a video game, you and I, chat, we're in a sandbox. It's a big sandbox, and there's corners of the sandbox with more sand, and there's corners of the sandbox that have adults standing over the sandbox, making sure the kids play nice. And there's parts of the sandbox that have no adults, and the kids can do whatever the hell they want to each other. You know, and there's cat poop everywhere. Exactly. When we talk about a video game, we have to understand that it is especially a multiplayer game, it is a coexistence. And if someone gets in the sandbox and is unsure how to even build a basic sand castle, they will go to a sandbox somewhere else that will help them to understand how to build their own sandcastle a different way. So this is really good that they're thinking about this. So they've already done a lot of really interesting control tools last year. It was Corp projects, jobs, collaboration. This is great. This is going to be a furthering of that system and a bridge into a wider universe. Very, very cool. Faction warfare and structured conflict gives players a purpose. This is actually one of the differences between even the past and even now. I don't think a lot of people are going to like this phrase, structured conflict, because a lot of people like the fact that EVE is just all the players doing the things and only the players are doing a thing and nobody else. And I got to tell you that I think that has to change. I think that EVE needs a little bit more PvE missions, a little more, hey, go fetch me 5 melons and bring them back here from a voiced quest, and I'll give you some kind of thing. Hey, go into the forest and kill 10 boars. We need more of that because we have some of that. We have to update that system, and it looks like that's what they're trying to do specifically around faction warfare. So war continues to bring on the ground. The story conflict, it's a different kind of EVE experience. The military campaigns are going to have a direct role in EVE Vanguard. Now, we're going to we just put out a video on Vanguard and its 2026 plans. I'm going to briefly touch on Vanguard here because we'll have a video on Vanguard and what they're doing in response to this later. What I'll tell you is if you are an EVE Online player and you dislike... oh, my stream just popped, it looks like. One sec. An encoding error has occurred. Pause. Pause. Chat, can y'all see me? Type 1 if you can see me. I don't know what's going on, chat, right now. An encoding error. Can you guys see me? What the hell just happened? Okay, we're live, but my encoder crashed. How can, chat, how can the thing that helps my stream go be dead if you can still see me? Okay. All right. You know, this is the new, whenever, pause, chat. There's a new setup going out right here, and we're just trying our best. Give me just a moment. Uh-huh. I think I know. Ooh, the recording stopped. I'll have to download this stream from something else. Got it. Understood. Understood. Is it because my hard drive filled up? I'm going to have to figure that out later, chat. No, it's got 1.5 terabytes of space free. Well, I'll have to figure that out later, chat. All right. So Twitch is up, question mark? Twitch is up. Yeah, Twitch is up. No problem. All right, so my nice recording that I normally send my editor is going to be a little bit less nice. That's fine. That is what it is. Okay. Anyway, Chan, we keep it going. Okay. We'll talk more about Vanguard in a future video. If you don't like Vanguard and are not an FPS enjoyer, don't worry. Just don't play it. It's okay. You don't have to play Vanguard. Now, if you're like me, I grew up on FPS games. Halo, H1Z1, PUBG. We just got done talking about Arc Raiders. I'm going to be playing the heck out of Vanguard. And like I've said a bazillion times, if Vanguard is good, we're going to talk about it. If it's bad, we're still going to talk about how bad it is. If it's good, we're going to talk about how good it is. I want it to win. I want it to do well because it's a project that CCP Games is doing that if Vanguard does well, then EVE Online will do better. That's the reality. And the doomers, the people that don't want Vanguard to succeed, you can leave. I'm not sorry for dropping hammers if you don't like this community so much that you are willing to put down a very fantastic project that so far has been a lot of fun. Not my opinion, just been a lot of fun. Then the door's over there. Go to another forum and complain about your lives over there instead of making our lives more and more miserable. Thank you. Getting off my soapbox now. Okay. If you want EVE to win, you want Vanguard to win. But if you don't like FPS games, just carry on playing EVE. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much. So this year we'll have the chance to jump into the crossover of EVE Online and Vanguard World events. We're going to talk about that in just a sec. We'll continue to explore the mysteries of Avalon, the culture of war clones, and the combined arms gameplay. Experience is already demonstrating a look and feel that stands confidently alongside EVE Online. We'll continue developing Vanguard, blah, blah. Keep on, you can go wishlist it. That's fine. You guys don't want to hear about Vanguard right now. 2026 is going to bring EVE Evolved. Major update following in March. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is February 6th. I'm going to try to put this video out on the day that we're recording it. Your major update is going to come out in March. Q2 expansion is going to be after FanFest. If the way this typically goes is like We are in February, and then like the Catalyst is a major update's going to be in March. And then when's FanFest? May, right? So that's April, and then like May is FanFest, and then typically it's like June, July, and then I think, and I have no confirmation of this, we'll just see, it's going to be something like this. Something that Okami mentioned, I think this is how it's going to go. I don't know. Something that Okami mentioned is they're trying to be more predictable with the cadence of things. And this is good for a lot of different reasons. First, if you're a planner, if you're somebody that likes stockpiling things and making a bunch of ISK on the day, well, today's your lucky day because we've got a big new stuff coming in. The major update to Catalyst is going to help Catalyst continue to be better. I expect that there's going to be some buffs and some changes here and there, but Okami has mentioned that there's going to be some more to it than that, so we'll have to see. Q2 expansion could be anything, but it's going to be about faction warfare. I expect there to be some kind of PvP ships getting released. Think Tholo Cenotaph was last time there was a dedicated PvP ship released. The Odysseus is not, it can PvP, but it's not a dedicated PvP ship. So, FanFest. Chat, I've said this on stream before. I'll see you at FanFest. We are going to FanFest. I cannot yet talk about what that means. Okay, so I'll see you at FanFest. Capsuleer Day. I think you're going to see some changes to Capsuleer Day. I really, really believe that there's going to be some bigger changes to Capsuleer Day and that you're going to see, let's call it different things that are happening, because Capsuleer Day is, it's Eve's day. It's something that's unique. And it's not EVE Online Day, it's Capsuleer Day. They're there to celebrate us. So I think we're going to see some changes to that. Q3, we're going to have the AT Vanguard World event. And I'm going to touch on more of this in the Vanguard thing, but Vanguard World event, you'll see it's not EVE Vanguard World event. It's EVE Online, EVE Vanguard World event. This is because they're combining the two straight up on the day, where there's going to be rewards in EVE Online to go play Vanguard and rewards in Vanguard to go play EVE Online. This is something that the bitter vets, not the joyful vets, the bitter vets are not understanding. EVE Vanguard is a big opportunity to bring new eyes to EVE Online. So something that happened, and this is a very common marketing ploy. In Arc Raiders, when I was playing it, and I'm playing it, by the way, I'm playing Arc Raiders so I can help understand how good EVE Vanguard is comparatively to its #1 competitor, which is Arc Raiders. Tarkov is too deep. It's not compared to this. So anyway, not a good comparison in my opinion. So they're similar games, but it's just too deep. It's in its own league of its own. So what they did in Arc Raiders after I played for like a month was they gave me a little notification in the game and said, hey,
if you like Arc Raiders, we also make this game called The Finals. And if you go over and you install our account and play the game for like an hour, we'll give you a skin in both games. We'll give you an Arc Raiders skin in The Finals, and we'll give you a final skin in Arc Raiders.
Now, that's the kind of stuff that they could do. Where, hey, if you play EVE Vanguard a little bit, if you try it out, we'll give you this like cool little thing to like let people know that you were there. And hey, if you play EVE on, and hey, if you're in Vanguard, it goes both ways. If you play EVE Online, we'll give you some Vanguard stuff. That's really cool because it's another way for people to come on in and join the world without, and it looks like it really is a parallel, not a instead of. So something I'm looking forward to immensely is being on the belt with my ice mining Mackinac we just featured, and my other monitor is playing EVE Vanguard. Like I'm very excited about it's going to be good. It's going to be really, really excellent. So EVE Evolved again is another update to the UIs and the various things. That's going to be very exciting. CSM election, not nothing. They're continuing to make the players first with CSM. Q4 is once again going to be very busy for me, like it was last year, where now we have the EVE Vanguard Steam playtest. Last year, they said at FanFest in 2025 that EVE Vanguard was going to go into early access in the summer of Q3. I'm not noticing any of that language anymore. I'm even seeing Vanguard Steam playtest in Q4. That's not the summer. Let them cook. Vanguard devs, I'd like to call you out directly, and I'm going to do this in the EVE Vanguard video as well. If you guys need more time, delay the game. If GTA 6 can delay their game 5 times, you can delay the playtest of the alpha. You know, we want the game to work well and to do well. So if you need more time, push it back to 2027. It's okay. You won't lose the hype on a game that is not yet playable. So just keep doing what you do, because if it's a good game, people will play it anyway. But if you release it too early and it's a bad game, marathon, come on, then people will not play anyway. So just to make sure it's a good game, and that's all you need to do. And I have faith that you will do just that. So at FanFest, we're going to celebrate Project Discovery's 10th anniversary, share more about the vinyl release. Sounds like I'm buying more vinyls. Honey, I'm buying another vinyl to add to my collection. Behold my stuff. One day we'll show you my vinyl collection, chat. Past and future sounds of New Eden. Welcome back, Plex for Good, as always on initiative. That's pretty awesome. Plex for Good is an always on initiative. That's pretty sick, chat. Okay. We're going to have to see about that, what that is. That's pretty great. We might have to do that. Support some nominated charities. More details coming soon. Excited to see many of it at FanFest, as we'll dive into what's deeper. Discord and other channels. We'll see on the usual shenanigans. Burger, Rattati, and Okami. It's Rattati. I kept wanting to say something that wasn't that, and that's it. So, chat, the 2026, the future looks pretty bright. What you're going to do now, let me give you some actionable advice. You watched this far in the video. What you can do is you can start kind of stockpiling on raw mats. It's February. You can stockpile some raw materials and make sure that you have enough to react with what's going to happen with the major update. And we don't know exactly what it's going to be. But if you get a bunch of raw materials now, you can react within reason and make some decent ISK. A lot of the bigger players, the trillionaires, make their money through this kind of stuff, through picking expansion and just like really going all in on those things. For example, last year at FanFest, when they announced the Barbaroga, that hour, the Leshak BPCs went to 0 in Jeddah 4.4. There were no more Leshak BPCs on the market in general, let alone at Jeddah by the end of the day. So that was at FanFest, and then the expansion came out, 3 months later. By then, they had their Leshaks, BPCs ready to go, researched up as much as you can. Can you research a Leshak BPC? The point is that they were ready for their Barbarogas, and they did great stuff. So 2026 can be pretty cool. I myself I'm leveling up some production on stream. I'm trying to mess with new settings on my monitors and my camera. So if I look a little bit different, it's because I'm doing a different, this is a webcam. I'm not my DSLR camera. I'm having that looked at right now. So we're going to have more production coming to the stream as well. So if you want more Space MMO news, the best kind, to get you to where you need to go to have all the things you need, that's this playlist right here. And sub right here for the best Eve, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much. Wow, chat. A lot of new stuff coming in. A lot of new stuff coming in. Insider trading? No, that's not insider trading. That's smart. You can do that too, Black Hole. No problem at all. Look. Chat, when I say, hey, there's a new expansion coming, maybe stockpile some stuff. I'm not saying that's the only thing you should do or you're a bad person. I'm saying that's something you can do and, in my opinion, should do. But you can do what you want. I'm not your dad. Just because I say do something doesn't mean that's what you have to do. I'm pretty sure that's obvious, but maybe to some people it's not. Okay. They do. Okay, low disc. Thank you. Thank you for that. Weltspar, baby. Weltspar. Pretty interesting. I think I'm most excited. Let me see if I can find it.
All right. Welcome, everyone. I am CSB Swift, joined with some amazing people.
Let me see if I can find it, chat. Okay. Okami is locked in.
We got CCP Rattati, CCP Burger, CCP Okami. How you guys been? It's been a minute. It's been great. It's been
Trying to find timestamps. I know it's low, chat. Just give me a sec.
Overwhelming was like, yeah, you do stuff with new players.
Trying to find timestamps when they come in, and how do we just like?
I know it's low, chat. Just give me a sec. Why can I hear myself? What is going on?
Make them feel cool here. How do we make them like see what a?
I am not going to be able to find it.
It's always amazing, so you can always.
I'm not going to be able to find it. What we didn't talk about was not in the notes as far as I can see. This is a 21 Pilots shirt. 21 Pilots. What I'm not seeing mentioned in this, that was mentioned in the actual thing itself, is the fact that they're going to be doing extra Wormhole content. And there's none in here. So Okami mentioned in the video Not this. That there's going to be new wormhole content, like they've updated Pochfin in recent years. They're going to be updating wormholes. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Contract sent. Beholden. What did you do? This is actually my weekly order of dreads I have to give to the people. So, bro, that is some Bobby Rogies. And they're a little bit researched. God bless you, my friend. Look at this, Jory. Jory with the Baba Roga blueprints coming in. Chat, let's get some 07s for Jory. We're going to give these away to the people. Oh my gosh. Bobby Rogi blueprints. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I brunch. I'm going to put you into the giveaway folder. I'm going to put you into to sell. I'm going to keep this here right now, and I'm just in the capsule right now. So we have so many things to discuss today. Oh my gosh, there's so much new stuff going on. So here's what we're going to do. I'm getting like some analysis paralysis right now because there's so many things happening. So, you know, if you won something during the sunbathing, the what? Oh, the subathon. You can, but I think you're good. I think it's great, Ever. I think it's really great. What's up, Warborn? We had to do it. We had to do it. Spell check failed. I figured that was the case, yes. I think it's really good that they're trying to bring back the NPCs and actually have them have onus in the game. Have some kind of overarching story. So, my Mentat mind is processing. I don't have enough bandwidth. I have to download more RAM, but it's so expensive. You know, it's a lot of stuff. What is happening with it? So we're gonna slightly transition. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Give me a sec, chat. All right. Defrag it instead. That's a good idea. I think you're right about that. Okay. Okay. Everybody say hi, YouTube. Everybody say hi, YouTube. We're going to talk about, and I promise you're going to want to stick around, chat. We're going to talk about eFrontier. I promise you're going to want to stick around because at the end of it, we'll do a nice little giveaway for EVE Online items as well. So everybody say hi, YouTube. Okay, so EVE Frontier has released a roadmap. We're going to look at it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see what's up in the frontier. So if you want the best EVE guides, even in stillness, you came to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and EVE Frontier enjoyer since the game was in alpha. And EVE Frontier, before we go any further, I've said this before, and I will keep saying this. EVE Frontier is an alpha. It is not yet playable, roughly speaking. And especially after what happened with the Ashes of Creation, I gotta tell you this and this alone. If EVE Frontier is a game that is something you are unsure about, if it is a game that's something that you do not want to talk about or deal with, then don't worry about it. It is separate from EVE Online. It is completely disconnected from EVE Online. It is not about EVE Online. EVE Online and EVE Vanguard are connected, but not EVE Frontier. It's a standalone thing, and I do not think it is going to be connected. So don't worry if it's something you are not interested in or not worried about. And you like EVE Online. Don't worry about it. Something that's been surprising to me is the people that are unsure of the difference between this game and EVE Online. Well, let me just tell you this right now. EVE Frontier is a survival game in space. EVE Online is like a space MMO simulator. They feel very different to play when you actually play Frontier, and I recommend that you at least check it out during some of the free stuff. So let's talk about what's coming up with this game, and let's talk about some of the goodies that are happening here. So CCP Monty's going to talk us through some stuff here.
CCP.
Let me turn this up in just a moment, chat. I know it's low. Give me a moment. Let me turn this all the way up. Okay. And let me just start coming through this right about here. Okay.
What I'm personally most excited about, so the thing that we are speaking of is the announcement that we are partnering up with Sui, moving to their blockchain network.
We're going to fast
We're not
forward
just
on.
saying-
Oh, this is just highlights. Okay, so actually, I kind of want to go back to, my editor is going to cut this up and like do this right. So let's talk about the cycles first. So first of all, I want to talk about the roadmap and the different cycles that are coming out. And is Frontier more like Star Citizen? No, it's not. That's another conversation. So I thought this would be more succinct. I need timestamps, boys. When you guys are doing this, timestamps would help a ton. This is just so I can show stuff. So we got a couple cycles that they're going through, and think of these as playtest chapters. Sure, when stuff's happening. So right now we're in the cycle 5 is going to be in March 2026. Cycle 6 will be in June, and then after that, we don't know yet. They're going to keep talking about stuff. So what we've seen coming up is base building has evolved because it's a survival game. Think like Minecraft, where you have to place a crafting table, just like that in a Frontier, where you have to literally place craftables and do certain things. You have to build a base up in space. It's not like EVE Online where stuff's in a station. You have to build stuff up. So you now there's more base building. Industry is now improved, where you can like queue stuff up to keep working instead of having to keep clicking stuff. They've made the death loop better. This is like you can actually have some control after you die. So is Frontier more like Crash Bandicoot? Yeah, you got it. That's it. Yep. Frontier's like, yep, you got it. It's like Crash Bandicoot. That's exactly what it is. New ships to earn. WASDA control test. So this is actually one of the more large things, the more big differences between this game and Frontier, is the fact that you can WASDA this. The fact that they're actually going to let you let you manually fly the thing. And something that was confirmed in the live stream, which I'll have to find, I'll have to see a bit somewhere, is not the highlights, but the actual live stream itself, is that they have skill shots in the game. Think of EVE Online, but with like, you can like point your gun at something and shoot. And if somebody's going that direction, you could hit them. Like think of The Expanse, when Mars and in the show The Expanse, when Mars and the Earth are shooting railgun nukes at each other, and they take like 10 minutes to get to each planet, or they have to like align the trajectory and all this. That's going to be sick. So you don't have to WASD, by the way. You don't have to. So this is one of the big things. I've played it and streamed it. You didn't have to WASD it at all. So no. So let's read what this is. First series of build mode upgrades, introduction of vertical building placement. This was big because back in the Frontier, if you and I know, Chad, that the grid has the grid, as it were, was like, Y, X, and then there was like a Z axis. Okay. Before, you could build on X and Z, but you couldn't build on Y. So my base ended up just looking like this in a circle around me. And I just had a bunch of ships all around me, and we're going to be playing Frontier so you can see it as well. So you can get a feel for what's up as well. War of the Tanks in space, I'm in for that, 100% yes. And this industry, yes, you can have batch jobs, just doing basic industry stuff. I'm not really going to cover this too much because you have to see it more than I'm reading it. The death loop is now something that's been improved. Okay, so Cycle 3 introduces greater control over where you re-enter the game, letting you choose where to return to improve the odds of survival, or send you right back into the fray. In Frontier, there's like no NPC stations. When you die, you go to random spots and you can potentially lose your base. It's like any other survival game, like in Dune Awakening or other similar games. Like in Valheim or Ark Survival, if you have a base, you die, and if you don't have a spawn point set, you spawn somewhere. So this is part of it. It's Anguish is hard, but we are going to keep trying. So I still don't understand how Frontier compares to EVE Online. Let me put it to you like this. Ready? EVE Online is like an apple. You eat an apple. It tastes like an apple. It's shaped like an apple. You grow it like an apple. EVE Frontier is like an accordion. It does not play at all like EVE Online. It doesn't feel like EVE Online. The purpose of it is different. The vibe is different. Literally everything is different. From afar, they're both red things. And the accordion's painted red and the apple's painted red. And they might look similar. But the moment you get close and you pick it up, you're like, oh, this is an accordion. And it's not an apple. So it's very different. It looks similar, but that's where the similarities stop. So there's new ships. New ships are good because everything, just like in EVE Online, is craftable via the people. You can go gather it yourself. WASD-controlled test. I'm excited for controller support on this. Not a meme. I'm excited to sit in my chair and be playing eFrontier like submarine style. They mentioned this in the roadmap a lot about submarines. And maybe I skip the SWE stuff, the Web3 stuff, and we just start talking about what that's looking like. So, and then you have some more exploration stuff coming up. Let's talk about this, and then we'll watch a little bit of the video. So, more ship controls, flight stick controls too. Now we're in, bro. Now we're in. Yes, for sure. I'm very excited about this. So, similar to RVing into Wormhole space and EVE Online, there it is. Yes, I agree with that completely. Day tripping, as I call it day tripping or pearl diving. Some people call it RVing into wormholes, where you go into a wormhole for like a set amount of time and you get your stuff and then you leave with your loot. That's the entire loop, and it's very satisfying, I gotta tell you. So better ship controls, better character progression, clone creation. Tribal base building means you can make cities, not just bases. Means I don't have my base and you have your base. We can build a base together, and you can literally have an actual city with your boys. Distinct ship roles and attributes, great base progression and a richer world. So this is what's coming. And let me scroll down to the next in Cycle 5, the Dark Forest. Scanning and signature system. Those that have played Frontier know this is a big deal. If this sounds like something, when EVE Online players hear scanning system, they're like, oh, nothing like what you're used to. Nothing like what you're used to. You're going to see about it. Base attack and defense, more new ships and sites. Travel is being overhauled in like a good way. Update HUD and inventory system, and SWE migration. SWE is their new Web3, whatever the heck thing. So, and again, before I go any further, the Web3 stuff when I played was so in the background, it literally didn't matter. It was so not, a part of it. It didn't matter at all. So if the Web3 stuff is kind of scaring you, if you're like,
Loru, I don't want to play a blockchain game.
Fine. That's fine. I told the Frontier devs at FanFest last year the same thing I've said on stream, and the same thing I'm gonna tell you now. The Web3 stuff is tertiary. It is not something that the people care about. It is not something important. People actually don't care if this could be the first play to earn game that actually succeeds. They don't care about that. They care if the game, and follow me here, I know this is going to be hard, is
fun.
If the game is enjoyable, then people will play. If I can earn some money while I play it, that sounds cool, but I'd rather it be fun. If I wanted to earn money doing something unfun, I'd go get another job. I don't need that here. So we're not going to do that here. So no weighing. Fun, exactly. Yes. So let's listen to what the Frontier devs say about this.
This is what
let me turn this up a wee bit. Okay.
Working on, or we think we're going to work on. This is stuff that has gone through pre-production
let me
with
start
teams
right here
today. So a quick refresher on eFrontier's product pillars. Grounded in science, things should make sense because they should feel like it makes sense. You understand that when you consume energy, the stuff that you've consumed is gone and it gives you power to do something. That just makes sense. We want it to be a cruel survival experience. Things should be hard fought and feel that you have earned them. It shouldn't just be creative mode. It is supposed to be a survival against the universe itself. And of course, finally, rebuilding a broken world. We want you to feel like you are rebuilding civilization itself in the Frontier.
So these are important before we go. Grounded in science, because many of you have never seen Frontier. So you know that the ships are modular in Frontier, and they've unveiled some of what that looks like, where you can actually, like corvettes from No Man's Sky, where you can build parts of the ship. And I can have like this engine X with hull Y with scanner Z, whatever. That's in the Frontier. But everything, and you can, coders, builders, as they're calling them, can make their own ships that are custom. Maybe you want a venture that's better at gas mining than ore mining, but it can only gas mine. That's something that people can actually make inside of the Frontier, and this is just the start of it. We talked about this in our Carbon going open source video. Some of you might say then,
Loru, doesn't that mean I can make a venture that has like the HP of a Titan and like the DPS of like 10 Titans?
No, because it's grounded in science. They have this layer over the game that if you make a venture that's really good at gas mining and bad at ore mining, it can't like also, like get someone pregnant and do my stocks for me. It has to, it's grounded inside. It's not like something abnormal. So it is cruel. The NPCs we came in contact with were pretty easy in the starting area, but I've been told by the people that are higher up there that it gets real bad real fast in a way that actually rewards you. I'm actually stoked about this because I'm an Elden Ring enjoyer. People don't know how hard it is anymore, okay? These youngins have no idea. Dark Souls 1, not remastered, 1, okay? I beat Radon pre-nerf, okay? Both times. No.
Oh, we need another final boss. What if we just get Radon again?
I beat him twice, and I do that proudly. I'm glad because it's not about bragging rights. It's about the skill it takes to do it. So cruel's an or apt word for Frontier. See, in EVE Online, we talk about the friendship. In Frontier, it's all about the hardship. Oh.
Like you are rebuilding civilization itself in the Frontier. If I go from the left to the right, this is what we call kind of like our golden path. And when we say major game loop, it's sort of a game loop of game loops. You know, when you start, you awaken, you're very much in this survival mode. You have to try and keep yourself alive. Just you're scrabbling amongst the dirt to just find the most basic things you need. And then, of course, once you've able to sort of sustain yourself, you start to build shelter and then a way to travel around and start to explore. And then once you've done that, you can escape this first area that you've kind of awoken in. Maybe that one clone does not...
Some of you might look at this and start rolling your eyes. This is really important that they show the loop that they're trying to do. So first of all, I love the nod to Frank Herbert with the Golden Path. That's Dune. Fantastic. Well, you might say, so Ark Survival Evolved. How about so Minecraft, so Valheim? It's a survival game. It's gonna play like survival games. Shocked. I am shocked, Chant. I have to craft in a crafting game? Wow. Yes. Come on, guys. This is obvious. What is different is this. Okay. This is endgame stuff. This, if EVE Frontier, when it launches in 1.0, has an endgame, the bar is low, ladies and gentlemen. After some of the games we've been playing, all they have to do is have an early game that is fun, a mid game that is fun, and an end game that is present. I hate that this is where we are in 2026. It can't be connected to EVE Online because then it would. It can't be connected to EVE Online Freedom because EVE Vanguard already is, and we're going to do one step at a time. So yes, I love the name at Bushcraft. Yes, actually correct, because that's how it feels. If you haven't played the game, you won't get it. When you have your first ship and you're like mining your first node and you're fighting your first mob, and then you kind of get your better stuff. It feels like, oh, I crafted a pickaxe. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I crafted a knife. But it's the Frontier. So it's like, oh, I crafted a plasma rifle. Oh, I got better mining lenses. That's how it feels. It does feel like this. And you do get your base, and then you start getting more ships, and you start getting more stuff. And then you're like, well, I could leave. And then you go to another place, and you'll see.
Survive, maybe like you did not find enough resources and you perish and a new clone is awoken. But once that clone escapes, then you're looking for other people and understanding and start to sort of thrive and build up the skills, not only in the clone, but also in yourself. And before you move on towards this sort of greater community of either finding ancient wonders or...
If you don't like survival games, then you don't have to play EVE Frontier. I can't make this more clear. We're going to cover it because if it succeeds, then EVE Online improves, just like our coverage with EVE Vanguard. If it is a bad game and is not fun at launch, I will say that because my loyalty is to you, the viewer, not the people. I've said this a bazillion times. I don't know how people misconstrue my words. It's not hard. If I'm not having fun, I'll say game's not fun. Right now, when I played it in alpha, I couldn't stop playing it. Okay?
Or powerful artifacts, and eventually, of course, other people and awakening itself. So this is the golden path. We consider sort of the major game loop.
And if these are the pillars and the golden path, and these are the things that we're focusing on right now, the core gameplay, we wanted to feel more moment to moment. We wanted to feel higher fidelity as you fly through space. Base building experience is something we delivered on in June.
We're going to skip this part because we already talked about it, but they're spelling this out for y'all, and this is not a nothing. that they're showing you their cards, as it were. One of the things I like about this is that they're showing the public these cards. A lot of these other build-it-as-you-go games that have failed, like Ashes did recently, they didn't really show this much granularity. They were so top level that it was basically like, guys,
we're excited for 2026. We will continue building the game.
Great. You know, thanks, I guess. So I want to find some of the meat that I was talking about before. So let me skip through here just a sec, because there was some very serious meat. We can skip the SWE stuff because that's Web 3 stuff. All right, so let's talk about the base building.
There's some more
All right,
texty
here's
ones
some base
later.
building.
I thought, what do people like? People like JPEGs, and people like JPEGs that move.
We
So
like
here's
JPEGs
some
that move.
examples.
Check this
So
out.
this is a build mod with
Okay.
some improvements. You may notice the inclusion of verticality.
Yes,
That's
thank
right, ladies and
God.
gentlemen. The third dimension has been located. We
Ugh.
found it.
So
Again,
what's coming in cycle 3 is now the third dimension, CCP overload.
3D.
This is the building UI when you're building your base. And thank God they have a Y-axis now. My God.
But there's also the rotate mechanic that is
good.
coming as well.
Yes.
Good.
If you see this video from before, it's obviously very functional. It's not very inspiring, the move, but we just want to get this into the player's hands. But here is just
Sure.
another video of exploring how it feels.
It's another thing that we talked about in our last coverage of Frontiers, that people were saying like,
Go, it doesn't, the visuals aren't great.
my brother in Christ, the game isn't out. Visuals are like after. You know, the dev studio is going to work on the visuals for an asset that isn't yet finalized. You know, like the Pharaoh Moon Eater, their big raid boss. Yeah, they're going to make it look nice because it's ready to go. It's one of those things. But like the tower number 5, no, it's going to look meh for a while.
Feels like in the future. We want to focus on getting this functionality out to the players, to get the feedback, get them to break it, try it out,
Yes,
etc.
break it.
But then we're also looking at the mood for the future, how it should look and
Visuals always
I feel
last,
like.
that's right.
Yep. And of course, when you're building your base, you'll want to put stuff closer together than ever before.
Yes.
So all of the collisions have been refactored to be a lot more accurate, a lot more tight. Now you can put your base.
Good.
You can build it almost anywhere, inside structures.
Super cool.
Although, I mean, if you're building your base inside Stargate, that's literally trying to camp in the middle of a highway. I don't necessarily recommend it.
So what we're going to do, what you're seeing here on screen is just working locally, flying prototype for Frontier. What we will do during cycle 3 is we're going to have a time-limited event where players can opt in and try out the controls to give us feedback.
Yep.
What the work is ahead for us is to then
EVE players don't get it because EVE players are used to nothing having occlusion. EVE players are used to nothing getting in their way. Every single piece of this is bumpable. You can't just fly into this. Your ship will bounce off. Your ship will get hurt depending on what it is. So we're talking about flying a ship in space through a maze with WASDA controls, and they were saying that they're going to have freaking whatever it's called controls too. This is going to be sick. You can literally fly behind someone and not get shot anymore. Yes, correct. If there's in EVE Online, if I am ship and there is asteroid and someone is on the other side and I shoot them, it goes through this and hurts them every time. In EVE Frontier, if I'm here and person is here, I can't shoot them or see them, and they don't come up on my scanners. You can literally hide like Boba Fett in the daggum asteroid field, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, whatever the heck.
as
Gonna
we
be sick.
nail this
Gonna be sick.
experience of flying on the Frontier
I'm pretty
using
excited about that.
WASD. So already somebody in chat
WASD.
asking for when this was coming. So this is coming in cycle 3 as a time limited event to get feedback. And the reason why it's time limited is that there's a lot of content that we need to update, add, etc. to match with the different.
Like imagine flying in the abyss. We do a lot of abyss videos. And we always talk about, oh, avoid the rock, or oh, you have to loot things correctly. Imagine doing the abyss, but you're in these like tight corridors. You're like in a broken down spaceship and there's rogue drones coming to come get you. And you have to try to find your way out like Millennium Falcon style. That's how this looks. That's how this feels. My goodness. I want ramming speed to be... Dear EVE Frontier devs, I demand ramming speed modules. You know,
controls.
If I have any
so this
votes,
one, the
that's my
crosshair
vote.
you can see is where the palette is looking, and then that orange one is where the guns are facing. So when you have the guns tracking, or when the guns are just pointing in the direction that they were left in, so you can move, you can see where the guns are currently aiming there. That will come in much more important if you've seen the individual skill shots we've teased in our vision trailer. This is a first step towards that.
Skill shots.
Another step towards that is active auto-targeting and locking. So when, for example, you have certain weapon systems like this, so you enable them, and then when you have your weapon system able to target at them, like this. Here's an interesting one for...
Wow. So you have now 3 types of weapon systems, and I want you to understand how crazy this is going to be. So if this is where my camera is pointing, but this is where my guns are currently pointed at, like they're fixed forward-facing guns, right? So now I have to like pilot my ship and then shoot the guns like a real-life fighter jet. That's sick. Then we have another type of weapon that they're unveiling here.
Vision like this. So
that is a lock. It is a lock mechanism where you actually have to line up the shot, and then once it's locked, then you can shoot things. That's quite nice. So like this is, imagine this kind of stuff in EVE Online. This is going to be really cool in EVE Frontier. So this is really cool. You know, one ping only, Vashidi. One ping only. I read those books. Your conclusions were all wrong, Ryan. They actually made a Hunt for the Red October reference, and I was very happy. Very happy. So like a bit like Elite Dangerous, a bit like other flight simulators that are doing like Ace Combat, you know, or No Man's Sky, you know. So
target at them.
It's great.
Like this.
You know?
Here's an interesting one for you. Industry. Right now it's all in batches, but what if I could tell you that instead of batching, you simply pick the blueprint that you want your structure to work on, and as long as there are materials and as long as it is running, it will continue to run until it runs out of materials. And you don't have to stop it to add more materials, you just simply drag them in. So we're also upgrading a lot of the models. The one on the top left you may recognize from the trailer is the weapon system that was fit to the ship in the trailer.
Good.
Here is it in game on your ships.
What we're showing now in Cycle 4, some of it has been...
This is not nothing. So in EVE Online, you can zoom in on ships and see, roughly speaking, what they're running. In EVE Frontier, you can't zoom in on other people's ships necessarily. So if you see someone, if you finally get close to them and you notice that they have like, I don't know, this one on the front of their ship, oh, I have to avoid, you know, getting in front of them or they're gonna like, you know, destructo cannon me into oblivion, right? There's a lot to this.
Tangible progress has been made, but as we go a bit further out, we have our intent and what we plan, but there's not necessarily the same amount of artifacts that are tangible that we can share already.
Oh, is Jotun in chat?
So this is a overall summary of Cycle 4.
Chat, let's get some 07s for the man. Jotun, it's good to see you. Welcome in, buddy. It's good to see you. Hey, I watched the longer live stream. Y'all are cooking. I'm not, chat, you know I don't glaze. I say facts. Y'all are cooking over there. Did you hire Gordon Ramsay? Okay, because you're all sitting there. Just there's no idiot sandwiches. Nothing but digga dumplings. It's fantastic. I glaze a little bit. Not a little bit. I say facts, chat. So it's honestly, from what I've seen, the bar is low. Early game fun, mid game fun, end game present. You will win. Come on. I'm pretty. I can't. I'll talk to you at FanFest.
We're going to be continuing to iterate on the ship controls. We'll be introducing the first parts of our character progression system, which include clones and the creation of clones as assets.
Clones as assets was very intriguing. So, like building ships like Lego, I'm so stoked.
Tribal-based buildings and further differentiating different ships, their roles and their attributes. So
this is it is a huge thing. Different distinct ships in Frontier. The ships that we have right now are more just to provide players with content, but we want to do it with way more intent. What is a ship in Frontier made of? What are the different factions and how do they work together in creating a really dynamic ecosystem with different ships?
There you go.
And of course, different clones in ships with different abilities, for example. Being able to store multiple clones, upgrade things, make copies, and so on and so forth.
What you're seeing right now here are the different 3D characters or clones that you own in Frontier, so you can visually see them in client as well, and not just a 2D JPEG or just not see them at all.
It's one of my biggest complaints with EVE Online is that there's too many assets that are JPEGs. Like the Air Career Program bothers me. And it's, if I ever get CSM, it's something I would run on, is like, you guys got to update every single thing that's a JPEG. It needs to be modular, it needs to move around, because the Air Career Program, as newer players look at it, it doesn't feel like you're there. Having it 3D and movement really is good. So it definitely does. Yeah, this was like, I wanted to give them a succinct version. So clones as assets that you can make, buy, and sell. That's what we know so far. That's pretty incredible. Like in EVE Online, we have clones and they're not tradable. Like you have a clone and people unironically use Crimson Harvest to die in EVE Online, because if there's a clone that has expensive implants on it that you don't want anymore, they will literally wait for Crimson Harvest to have one of their buddies kill him so that they hope that the expensive implants can drop. In Frontier, it looks like it's going to be just another, you would be CCP Thanny my toes. That's, well, there it is, you know, so that's right. So it's going to be good.
So what is coming in Cycle 4, which launches in December, is a character progression system. Overall, we will share more detail on that soon, but December. We want it both to be a passive system where you unlock different things, but also an active system. So if you are good at mining, you gain more skills if you do a lot of mining, you will get good at mining as well.
Here's some more.
I don't want to go past what he just said. In December of next year, it'll have a similar passive skill training system to what EVE Online has. But there's also going to be an active skill training system where the more mining you do, the better you get at mining. This is such a big deal because it means that you can actually have specializations that are skill-based. Think of a mercenary that has specialization in skill shot torpedoes that is really good at long-range bombardment, and there's an enemy base that is so like walled in, and you're like, look, I need a sniper with a missile. And someone's like,
I'm your man.
Because he's got the skills for it. That's not just the in-game skills and the skills here, but he's literally got these active skills too that elevate his level even higher. I'm telling y'all, whenever I hear about this, they know what they're trying to make. There's a soul that is there that they're really trying to iterate on, this visceral sci-fi experience that is I hope and I pray is going to be as good as I think it'll be. If you want an opposite example, I want you to look at Highguard, and this is not a video about Highguard. I was amazed at how it's a game where you shoot guns, and like the like town salesman is in like a tavern, and he hands me an AK-47, and I get on a horse. I was like, huh? Why am I riding a horse? We have ordnance and animals. It didn't make sense. This makes sense where there's this like visceral, everything is, I keep using the word visceral because that's how it feels. The fuel system is finite. The character system is sounds like it's going to be deeper than I think it is. I'm really excited about this, y'all. The ships are going to be modular. You see a fitting window and you're used to that in EVE Online. The ships are going to be modular to build, modular to fit. The structures, they said that in the other interview, are going to be modular to build. Would you like to have like think of a Minecraft crafting table? That's like Tech 1. Then you can have a Minecraft crafting table. That's like Tech 1. This is my bad box. I will not apologize for art. Okay, so this is your Minecraft crafting table. Okay, that's like Tech 1. The Tech 2 Minecraft crafting table has, I don't know, like you can modularly do it so that it has more. Please don't ever make me a designer, okay? I need to. It has 2 on them. I don't know. This is how it is. So I'm excited to see where they go with this. So, you know, skill points at Frontier are a thing you gather actively for completing actions in the game currently. Currently is the thing to like, you know, so gonna be interesting. Totally not Polaroid, exactly. So
if you do a lot of mining, you will get a good at mining as well.
It's ready.
Here's some more smart deployables and base building structures coming in Cycle 4.
Yo.
You will be able to all build together on L points and expand.
When you have a base that is defendable in E-Frontier, and there's occlusion, if our main storage facilities are at the center, and then our craftables are kind of like surrounding it in a 3-dimensional sphere, you're going to want some kind of wall that is LOSing, line of sighting for you, Eve, only Evers. I think I just coined a new term. Only Evers in the last 20 years. You're going to want something to block people from missiling, from flying in. Like there's occlusion. You actually have to block people from coming in. I'm excited to make a base. My God, Jotun, I'm going to make some gods in this game. I tell
them
you.
as a tribe. So that is coming in Cycle 4.
They don't pay me at all. I'm not paid. It's really this simple. I want to play a good game. When I played it, it was fun. I'm excited about the upcoming stuff. And I've said at the start of this video, if you don't like survival games, if you just like playing EVE Online, then ignore E-Frontier until it's out, until it's 1.0. When it's 1.0, regardless of how many devs are in chat, if it's going to be bad, I'll say it's bad. And if it's good, I'm going to talk about it's good. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, about this, those of you saying,
I hope he gets paid for this.
how about we just focus on what's fun and what isn't? That's what we're about here. Anything else is noise, and I don't care about it. Okay?
And then we're getting
Thanks,
really
Jim.
into
Cycle 5.
the far future now at this point. This is still stuff that we're in our roadmap internally, stuff that's been worked on. Well, we're expecting in Cycle 5 to be when the SWE
What's
migration.
going to stop us game from burying EVE Online? Because they're different games. This is a survival game with a Web3 component in a dystopian universe. This is harder than EVE Online. EVE's going to be the easy game. So, they play differently. They satisfy a different itch. That's like saying, why would I play Arc Raiders if I play Valheim? They're different games. They both have crafting. They both have resource gathering. But I get different vibes and different feels when I play Valheim versus when I play Arc Raiders. I'm going to have different feels when I play EVE Vanguard versus when I play EVE Online. I'm going to be mining ice in EVE Online while I'm in EVE Vanguard popping heads. And when I'm in queue for EVE Vanguard, I'm looking forward to be going through a dark forest inside of EVE Frontier. I'm hoping that's what we're doing. Okay? So, I'm hoping that's what happens. It's going to be good. So,
really.
a lot of EVE community can be skeptical about it because it's not out. I want to just make this super clear. What we're talking about is something in the future. I like the direction it's going. That's all we can really say. Anything else is, by definition, skeptical because it's not out. So can we just wait for it to come out before we start going to Reddit and taking Reddit as gospel? The last place we should be going or listening to, really? Okay.
Starts to take place when we actually start to transition the game that people are playing over onto SWE.
Cycle 5 will start in March next year. There is less tangible things, but our intent is 1000% there. The scanning and signature system, base attack and defense, new ships and sites, travel overhaul, updated HUD and inventory system.
May recognize this from our vision trailer. This is what we're working towards scanning, for example, to be looking like in EVE Frontier.
I gotta find the clip of the active scanning, Jotun. I gotta find the clip. Let's pause the video. I gotta find a clip of the active scanning. It doesn't do it justice. I know that you guys are saying, like this morning, y'all had new video to show people about what it is,
can visually see
how it is, and I have to pull this up. So let me pause really quick, chat, so we can check this out. So, update stream, that's that. Okay, that's good. Where is the daggum YouTube channel, eFrontier? And let's go to your, roadmap. And we're going to mute this really quick so I can find where y'all showcase the scanning. I think this might be it, actually. Here's the old photo, and then, here's the new one. So, scanning in EVE, you put out probes, and the D-scan can see the probes. But it's all through UI. It's all through, it's all through things you have to read, instead of it being in the world. This is what the scanning is going to look like, at least in the rough version of EVE Frontier.
Types of systems that will be going in for too long.
So our first one, this is
Check this out.
on-grid scanning. So right now you can see everything on grid all the time unless it's occluded. And that doesn't really make sense. Why should you always have full access to every piece of information around you? Why should you know that this container has something in it? So bringing an active scanning capability into the game where you kind of ping the environment around you and see what's there. This allows you to really feel like you're...
Okay, so the mining survey boost, similar, very similar, and I'm totally fine with this because what they've said, and we can end the video here because absolutely reuse the mining. But sure, for now it's an alpha. Like it's going to be different. The visuals will change. We say this every single time we do these streams. It's an alpha. The visuals are the last thing, and what matters is the core functionality. What I like about this is that the pulse is something that if you're hiding in one of these rocks, it's seeable. It's now like somebody's here looking around. And I liked what CCP Overload said in this live stream. I'll try to link these in the description so y'all can see it. But if you're in a forest and you want to light a torch, you can see better, but other people in the forest hiding can see the torch. I think it's a really good example of counterplay and, hey, I'm looking for good stuff. And now you know, hey, that guy has a scanning module, and then you can kind of look at his ship and see what's up, you know? So I really like the idea of, in other survival games, you go into a forest, there's trees. You can gather the trees, right? The trees might have fruit on them. There might be mushrooms, whatever, I don't know, you know. There's going to be enemies lurking in the trees. They're going to come up on you with certain aggro patterns. There's going to be dungeons in the forest. There's going to be towers that are ancient and decrepit, and you can go in and find gold in there or something. It has never, ever, to my knowledge, been done in a space setting like this. I'm excited for that, because if they do this right, and I really hope they do, then it's going to be, I think this might be one of my new favorite games. When it comes out, we'll have to show it to you. So what's happening in eFrontier in 2026? Bit of rambles in that one, but this is really what's happening. First, we have, this one is the new base building is coming out with more WASD stuff. I think this was already there, you know, so sounds good to me. The next stuff in the cycle is better ship controls, more character progression. Clone creation is something that's integral to the game, and tribal base building, which is like community base building. I'm most excited for this, to see what's up with the scanning stuff, and it sounds like we're going to be able to go into these like dungeon-esque looking things that kind of go through rubble and like occlude our way through stuff. So I'm very, very interested by it, and I'm going to end with something that Saitim just said, because you're right about the Saitim. eFrontier's development has actually helped CCP improve EVE Online. I agree with you, because the ideas are new. You're having iron sharpening iron from two separate teams, and they're both very smart. Like, Jack, go watch the other roadmap, the longer one that I'll put in the description of this video. I'm excited about eFrontier, and I'll say it again. If you are not a fan of survival games, you don't have to buy it. You don't have to get it. Just wait for the 1.0, wait for our video about when it comes out. Someone said it in chat, and I'll keep on saying it. No one's paying me. People always assume that if content creators say a nice word about something, they're paid. Even if a company pays me, my opinion cannot be bought. Okay? If eFrontier devs, if CCP Yoden reaches into those pockets of his and hands me $1 million and says, say something nice about Frontier, I'm going to go, if it's good, and I'll take the money. Because this is how it is, Chad. I know if I lose integrity, I lose you. I know how this goes. So I hope Frontier is going to be good. It looks good. When I've played it so far, it was good. We're going to keep checking it out. Check right here for more eFrontier news, all the latest stuff, and check our last videos on it to see kind of where we've been and where it's come from. And sub right here for more eFrontier goodness. We'll see you in the next video. That's right. We'll see you soon. That's right, Yoden. You can buy me a beer, and I'd still, say what I think. So, I hope that's pretty clear. We actually had a viewer of ours a little bit ago. He was a patron. He was a person that was in the community for some time. He was around a long time. And I did a Frontier video, and the dude sent me a wall of text about like,
I can't believe that you would shill for this blah, 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 blah.
And I just remember going like, first of all, I'm not reading all that. Second of all, I don't know. I saw you mention Frontier. I don't know what you're talking about, man. We just did a video calling him out. Like, please fix. what the heck? And then this person goes, I'm leaving your community. And I said, all right, goodbye. I just want to be super clear, chat. It's really not this hard. Other creators at the top of categories are going to be able to be influenced by money and power and clout. I don't need those. I have a hot wife, my mortgage is paid for, and I like playing games and making really cool events for y'all. I don't need more things. Okay? All right? You know, it's gonna... When Frontier comes out in a 1.0, maybe I'm switching back to EVE Online. When it comes out in 1.0, I'm guessing like 2.5, maybe 3 years to the 1.0 release, the way stuff's going. Hopefully sooner, but I want them to let it cook, you know? By the way, same with Vanguard. You know, being excited about something doesn't make you a shill. I agree, but the internet doesn't see it that way. And that's why we always say, like, look, people can leave if they don't like what I'm talking about. It's totally fine. So I'm stoked for the WASD, and I really am. Because I have my controllers. I know that kind of stuff means Steam Deck ports for Frontier. Yep, I don't. Nothing's confirmed. I'm just excited about that. So, you know, hey, what was I just saying, John Askew? Right, with the Asus ROG, it already works, right? Love seeing all the progress. Yes. The last thing you want is a negative viewer. No, people can be negative, but what people say about me doesn't make me who I am. Just like if people say something about you, it doesn't make you something, chat. Like Reddit is going to say whatever the hell they want to say. I literally don't go to Reddit because 2 years ago I tried to make content on Reddit as well and like hype up the activities we were doing and the giveaways, and it was just such a, when I say cesspool, I mean that literally. It was just so many angry people there trying to butt actually people to put down people to try to feel tall. They're still short. Yeah, now come on. We're all playing a video game. We're all frenemies. But that kind of behavior outside the game, gross, bro. Gross. So, trying, Raphael, trying. Playing a game with a controller would be great, yes. Would have several folks who play on the Steam Deck, yes. New EVE Vanguard, EVE Online, Faction Warfare integrated. I just did. We did that at the start of this video. Yeah, the new EVE Vanguard stuff should be pretty intriguing. I don't really have a lot to report on that because we just did a video on that, and I think that's basically it. You know, so if I could sum up how the new year's gonna be, I think it's gonna be pretty good. I think 2026 is gonna have a lot of new interesting stuff, and I really, really think we're gonna have a good time with it. Ladies and gentlemen, you sat through multiple segments and you enjoyed every second because you're real viewers. So it's time to give away some goodies. So let's see what we have here. I have a lot of these still are owed for the subathon. Let's come down here to, let's give away. Who wants a full set worth 3.7 billion-esque of high-grade Nirvana implants? This is 3.7 billion-esque coming in. Very excited about it. So headphone twisted like that by the design. This is how EIMs are. I actually like the fact that it comes behind my ears. So, you know, it makes it work. And will Oz still be docked in the rubble? Probably. So is that Hydra? No. It's this is clearly high-grade Asclepian stuff. Clearly. It says CHYDRA. Asclepian. That's how it is. Isn't that right, champ? Excellent stuff, chat. Oh, what's up, Ireton? What we got, bro? Pacifier. Give plus bling. Bling pacifier. A blinged pacifier. Let's see. How much is bling? How much are we talking? How much are we talking? Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Can I have a bisque, brother?
yes, brother, chat. Let's give away this pacifier plus stuff since Ireton was so nice to give us the stuff. Chat, can we say 07 for Ireton with a 4? What is it, like 3.5 billion-esque pacifier, bro? Okay. All right, Crazy Fire.
Twitch primed. Out of your mind.
Good to see ya. Yeah. There it is. Chocolas coming and getting 5.
5 subs to the community. Good to see you, Taco. Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Excellent.
Really good. Thanks for the 5 gifties, my friend. Really appreciate that. It's good to see us out. Is that the Mad Rainbow fit? I have no idea. Double Are people really running Ligature Zaguma? That just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen, running both of them on there. Sounds very, very... Yeah, to pop cans. You run both Ligature and Zaguma to pop the cans. No hype train yet, but if y'all keep trying, I'm sure it is. Is that the Rambo fit? Explain this to me, champ. I don't get it. You run both? Why the hell would you run both? You scan them and pop the ones that suck instantly. Oh. So you cargo scanner the ones that, and you just scan it, and then you're good because it has an activation duration of 10 seconds. Okay. I'll have to see it used because that sounds like cherry picking, but not yes. Is your wallet blinking? Oh, chat, you guys are killing me here. You guys are killing me. Bling, passy. We're not even doing a subathon. Y'all are handing me stuff. I love it. I'd love to give it back to people. A Billy? I tell you. +1 Billy. +1 Billy for the people. Lunda Bob coming in with
1 billion-esque. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. What's the purpose of that ship? Scan and hack, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased that we have a very big giveaway coming up for you. Okay. In addition to a blinged pacifier and 1 billion-esque, one of you, yes, one lucky person will be winning nothing. Because some of you deserve nothing. And if you enter this giveaway, one of you is going to be getting nothing. We'll have to see which one of you deserves nothing. Because, well, I will accept the contract for nothing. Yes. I will now be able to give away nothing. How do I search in my assets for nothing? Well, you see, you have to first sift. Once you filter out the some things, then nothing is quite easy to find. Okay, that's absolutely what it is. All right, chat, let's do it. Let's get this stuff going. Here we go. Here we go. My head's cut off because nothing is worth so much these days. It really is. Let's give away a Bling Pacifier, a Billy, and nothing. And we were going to give away Hydra stuff too. Hydra set. Hudra. Typing is very difficult. Typing very difficult. And then 3x Bobby Rogi BPCs. BPCs. Chad, what do you think, huh? Chad, do you want me to give away this stuff? Type 1 if you would like me to give away this stuff, huh? Go ahead. Let's see it. Let's go see it. Should I give away these things now? Type 1. I should give away this stuff. Alrighty then. If you want to enter in to this lovely, lovely Eve giveaway. Ugh, what is going on, chat? It's so dry, dude. Ugh. My eyes have been just acting up all day because of the way of the world. All right, y'all, let's see about this. If you want to win a giveaway, Chad, that's right. If I'm like this, I am now bald. Finally, I can reach my maximum potential with this. If you want to win this giveaway, first you got to be following on Twitch or this way, or subbed. I'm different sides, or subbed on YouTube. Then be in my Discord. Do those two things, and you'll be eligible to enter in. Follow the stream and be on my Discord. That's all you got to do for now. Come on down. I have trained up Balding 5, ladies and gentlemen, and with every rank, I get more powerful. That is how that is. So. Hype train time. Ladies and gentlemen. That giveaway is not enough. That's not enough. Here we go, chat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another Hype Train Race. What we're going to do is every level of Hype Train is going to be equal to 100 million ISK in the game, y'all are going to get some goodies. And we're already at level 2. That means we're at 200 MISC. 200 million ISK. Everybody, come on down to this. If you've got Twitch Primes, now's the time. If you've got tier 1s that have been burning a hole in thine pocket, now is the time. I just have to find the right one, because that's not the right one. Is that the right one? That looks like it could be the right one. Boom, boom. Set, line them up, knock them down. Yeah. Let's put this guy right about here. Is that Lancer doing some stuff? Lancer killing it, gifting some Subarunis already. Let's put this guy right here, and I need this be behind my face. No, it is. Okay. Wow. All right. Here's what's going to happen, chat. We're at level 3 already. We've got Lancer coming in.
Gifting 5 subs for the community. Good to see you, Lancer. Thank you for that. The black
Card also with the
100 biddies. Thank you for that, my friend. Yeah.
good to have you all. Every level will do it. When we get to level 5, we will reveal the big present. When we get to level 5. Yo. Blue Star Mirage and Terra Rose coming in.
Twitch primed. Out of your mind. Good shit.
Yeah. So, it's really hot down here. If you're new, do nothing. If you're new, do absolutely nothing. Okay? I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. The giveaway will be free to enter into, as always. Once this timer above my head is done, giveaway will be free. Enter into. If you've got Twitch Primes, check, because that means you can help the people out for free using the Bezos bucks to get it done. The Bezos bucks help a ton and can push us forward to the next thing. There it is, beholden.
Gifting a sub.
And then coming back.
Gifting another 5 subs for the community. Good to see you. Incredible. Amazing.
What about if we're old? No one's old. We're all just less young than we were. Isn't that right, chat? Now, at level 10, we've got a lot to give away. So here's what we're going to do, chat. We have so many of these. We're going to give away, depending on how high we get, chat, we're going to give away a couple of these. We're going to give y'all a nice Moros. Okay, at level 10, if you help us to hit this, it's time for a ribbity boy. It's time for a nice, thick potato. It's time for some Moros coming in. It's gonna be good. Copium? Yes. Yes. It's all we have, champ. If we are, I try to maintain my youth, but eventually I'm gonna go bald. Eventually I'm gonna lose my hair. Gonna be wrinkly. Yeah? But it is not this day. All right, chap. Blue Star Mirage.
100 biddies for the community. Yes.
We'd love to see it. Chug the copium, my oldies. It's how we do it. So when it starts getting bad, I will. I'm not going to do like a half measure. I'm just going to shave. But see, both of my grandparents are bald. Both. Skips a generation, doesn't it? So I'm gonna be nice and shiny. I'm gonna have to get a new hair light because it's gonna be, well, you know. Don't try to hold, just buzz it. Correct. Yo, we've got Blue Star Mirage coming in with
2,600 bits for the community. Good job, Blue Star Mirage, doing it.
By the way, my hair light's off. Can you believe it? I set up all this production, do all this work. All right. Whole time, hair light was off. Now y'all can see. Look at that. Look how much better that is. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Grandma and Grandpa bald? Yes. My brother Shave said, I mean, that is probably the move when you get to that point. So, you know. You're checking contracts? What do we got? From Rabut. We have a Corax coming in. Thank you for the Corax. I will give this to the people. This is a fit Corax. Okay, I will give that to the people. So, chat, if we hit level 10, we will be giving away another big thing. Level 6 happened because of Blue Star Mirage. That's level 6 means 600 million-esque. The hairline is working hard with limited material. It is! We gotta be careful. Okay, look, I only have so much hair poof time on this earth. With every piece of hair that goes away, I get a little bit stronger. So, man, 2026 is gonna be pretty good, huh? Multiple expansions. Vanguard is gonna be playable again. Can't wait. I liked it, man. I want it to be good. I hope it is. I really do. Frontier. Wazda with occlusion gets my gears turning. Glad you're here, Stall. Glad you're here. Read the letter. Yo. Tell you what. I will add a piece of carbon to the nothing, but I will not accept your order because it is kind of far. I will get one in Jeddah and send it myself, so. You can't keep getting away with this. Hey, cats, keep getting away with this. Hey, cats.
Open has gifted 50 subs to the community. 50 bomb getting dropped, ladies and gentlemen. Wowzer. 50 bombs.
From Ulfie Boy, Ulfburn, my gosh. Bless you, sir. Or ma'am, God knows, in 2025. Chat, let's get some 07s for Ulfburn. Wow. Immediately to the Moros. Level 10 without blinking. My goodness, we are no longer in Misk territory. Thanks to that, we are now at Bisk territory. That's kind of crazy. So let's add a Moros to this. Pretty awesome and chill stream today, chat. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Thanks for your support. You know, and we're just having a good day today. Level 10, how much more we need? How much more we need? 11 subs. This is when Twitch primes really start coming in clutch. Okay. Because at level 13, how many do we have? How many we got? Yeah. How many do we have? That's a good idea. Yes, at level 13, we're going to give 2 Nidhoggers away. At level 13, okay? As you know, chat, we take a percentage of the hype train winnings and we give them back to the people. We give them back to all of you. So I take the Twitch Prime winnings. I go buy Plex with it via the Marquee store using code Loru. And then I get these ships to give to all of you. That's how we do it. So, Lalise.
Gifting 5 subs. To the community. Big stuff coming in. Yes.
It's good to have you, Lalise. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. My fave carrier. It is a fantastic carrier. I can tell you that much. So, amazing stuff. Level 15, let me gamba. I mean, you know what to do. So, may I have a bisque, brother?
Yes, brother, you may.
Hey, it's just a matter of time until it's multiple bisques. MN Polar Bear, Twitch.
Primed out of your mind, baby. Good job answering the call, MN Polar Bear. Good.
Just see you. Well done. Blue Star Mirage coming. Also, wow, Blue Star
Mirage also gifting 5 subs to the community. Look at that, dude. Another level 10 hype train completed.
Level 11 on the docket. 1.1 billion ISK. Doing etchy. It's good to see you. NL Dutchy, JM Lusa. Good to see you. Black Widow gifting
a sub to the community. Thank you, Black Widow. Excellent job doing it to Pac-Man.
Pac-Man gets a sub. Archon is way better. Aeon even more. I mean, yes. Archon actually, I think Archon is better because he has the newts, right? Let's see. Oh, I bit my lip. Oh, man. Contracts. Other way. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Ireton, it's Rorqual o'clock, baby. Yowzer, Fit Gila. Look at all this stuff, dude. I'm telling you. We're going to have to start giving multiple gifts to single people. The way this is going. Amazing stuff. A lump of carbon. No, I'll buy my own. Thank you very much. Processed decryptors. I don't know what these are, but I will accept them. For the community, and I'll figure out where to put those later because those are more trade goods. And, okay. Wow. Chat. Amazing stuff. Level 11 hype train. You get me to level 13 and we'll get, and you know what, chat? Let's make this level 12. Y'all have been, it's been such a pleasure to come back after the month break. Let's make sure that y'all get some goodies. I'm going to put this to level 12. I'm going to eat a little bit of, just don't tell my wife, okay? I'm going to eat a little bit of that margin. Let's do it. No clue what this game is or who you are, but thanks for the gift. Ben Viben, enjoy the gifted sub. First time chatter. This is EVE Online, baby. So, editor needs a bonus to get to level 13 if you want to, chat. Yeah, chat, now's the time to use Twitch Primes. They are Bezos bucks. They are free. And they really do help this to move forward. Rob FM coming in, Twitch
Primed. Out of your mind.
And you answered the call, baby. That's the way to do it. Excellent job, Rob. Well done. Blue Star Mirage with
10,000 biddies. Hitting it. 10,000 biddies. The red bomb coming in. Well done, level 2.
He wanted. So it is. You're going to have one of the highest bit badges we've had in a long time. Yowzer. We got 2 Nid Hoggies. Nid Hoggies. 2 Nid Hoggies, chat. Amazing stuff. All right. You got us to level 12. That means we're up to 1.2 billion-isk. Since you're getting us there, pause. Ayo. It's you guys wanted some Archons, didn't you? You wanted an Archon. So if you get us to level 14, it's time for that. Let's do it. Level 14 is an Archon plus a Dread. Okay, plus a Dread. Dread. All right, so it's going to be big stuff for the people. Big stuff for the people coming in. The Aaron Canup.
Twitch Primed. Out of your mind.
And Indy Law.
Twitch Primed. Out of your mind.
And Mad Mookie.
Gifting 10 subs to the community. Good to see you, Mad Mookie. 10 gifted coming in. Boom, boom.
Wing Commander Goose.
Who's Twitch Primed? Out of your
mind. A Theory Titan.
Twitch Primed. Out of your mind.
And excellent. Excellent. The Prime Enjoyers coming in. Absolutely slaying. This level 12, we're 9 subs away. 9 subs away. What is an Archon? It's a carrier, my friend. But if you just level 14, we're going to do that plus a Dread. Huge stuff coming in. Huge stuff. 3 minutes on the level 12 hype train. Only 9 subs remaining.
Dissy Sus.
Help me.
Twitch Primed. Out of your mind.
And well done. A great name, by the way. Contract. Y'all are killing it. It's a great song, chat. You know, we can vibe like the best of them. We can have a Twitch Prime and we can have a hype train and just keep it coming. You know, pause AO. This is, chat, I have such a great time making content with y'all and giving back to the community. The Blackheart's coming in, just dropping 1,000 plex. So chat, it's good to see you. It's good to have you here. Let's have a great 2026, shall we? I'm going to make it so. We're going to have a great time, chat. We can do a little bit of, so maybe I should get like a bit of a dancing scene going. I think this is going to be a good time. I think it's going to we're going to have fun with it. We're going to have fun with the chat. 2026 is going to be ours. We're going to make it so. So level 13 hype train. Wow. I didn't even see y'all hit level 13. You're killing it. Blue Star Mirage gifting
10 subs for the community. Big stuff. Big stuff. Amazing.
A Loru singing stream. Not if you want to keep your eardrums. Loru singing stream sounds like a bad idea. What Wormhole content will you be doing, or did I already miss it? No. So, new Wormhole stuff. A CCP Okami said, new Wormhole content. CCP Okami said new Wormhole content. It's very exciting that they're finally doing something. So, like a DJ, entirely possible. Is that a carrier? Yes. This is an Archon. Jokes on you. I don't have power grid for eardrums. There it is. The new content is flashing wormholes. I don't know what that means. I'm halfway deaf, so no biggie. Gotcha. More ways to die wormholes coming soon? Yes. Yes. So, Equilibrums coming in Twitch.
Primed. Out of your mind. Good to see you.
Thank you for the Twitch Primes, everybody. We're killing it. At level 13 Hype Train, 28 subs to go. One more level, and you guys get an Archon and a Dread. Archon and a Dread. So, amazing. So, you know. Discord karaoke party. More like live stream karaoke party. I think that's what it's going to be. It's probably going to be. So, T3 Battlecruiser. I would love that. I would love that. We technically have one in the game, the Anhinga. Technically. Expand your question, Chase. I'm happy to help you. So. Oh, really? Gotcha. Thanks, little bub. Yes, you can, Pablo. Yes, you can. Yo! Blue Star Mirage.
3,700 biddies for the community. Good to have you.
Yeah. Whoa! 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 Oh, wow!
20 subs! Hitting level 14 for the community!
Big stuff coming in. Behold and 07 to you. 07 to all the people coming in, dropping stuff. This is real great. We're gonna. That's level 14, chat. I'm a man of my word. So we're going to do a Archon and a Dread. What Dread are we picking, chat? What Dread are we picking? Is it a Nag? I think it's a Nag, right? Get some vertical supremacy coming in. Absolutely doing it. Okay, well, y'all wanted it, so it's here. That's 1.4 billion-esque. Wow. Contract coming in for, what the heck is this? An Ares? The Burst Blueprint. Get some stuff for New Bros? Sure. New Bro Ares. Let's do it. New Bro Ares. Yes. Okay. We're going to keep it going. Amazing stuff. Thank you again, Beholden. Mrs. Loru coming in. It's good to see you. Yes, thank you, Mrs. Loru. 35 subs remain. Now, chat, look, we're hitting the big guns. If you get us to level 15, we're going to have to do a Rev Navy. And you just can't stop me, okay? Some of you are probably thinking, you know.
Loru, that's a big ship. That's almost 8 billion-esque.
You're right. I do it for the people. I do it for the people. Level 15 is going to be a Revelation Navy issue. Look at that, chat. You got about 2 minutes left. Keep drinking my coffee because I didn't sleep well last night, and it's been such a pleasure to be able to stream and have a good time with y'all. So thank you for being here. So, Rob, it's good to see you. I think the neighbors might actually be able to hear you. Maybe they can. Tell them I'm busy putting on a show for Eve Enjoyers Black Widow.
2 subs for the community. Good to see ya. Excellent stuff coming in.
And if you're just joining us, sit back, relax, and enjoy. You have to do nothing. When this timer hits 0, we will be fulfilling the giveaway. That is going to be a fun time. Y'all are going to have a great time with it. And it's going to be a generational Eve wealth, baby. Generational Eve wealth. Let's do this guy. Okay, we got a couple more things we can do. Maybe the neighbors should get on stream. Exactly. 2 minutes left, 32 subs. I know it's a lot, chat. I know it's a lot, but we're already giving away all of this. My gosh. You know? Too much ADD. How's your husband always have so much energy? I didn't sleep much last night. It's black coffee and Jesus. That's the way. Black coffee and Jesus, baby. And I'm starting to just like crash low blood sugar style. So all good. I want to be super. Lyra, can you pause the music? Chat, 2026 represents a lot of new stuff. I'm testing some stuff with my other camera. So we got a different camera right now. That's why it looks a little bit different. Okay. The monitor, I literally swapped cameras. I didn't comb my hair the other way. I moved the cameras. I'm trying out some new things with the production. Scenes with ways to do things. I'm trying to level up and do bigger, better things and make 2025 look like a bookend year to how things used to be, so that 2026 can be even better, fantastic. And it starts with these kind of hype trains. It starts with these hype trains. The more y'all give, the more we support. In a sea of Twitch streamers trying to be toxic to their community and guilting them for stuff, give if you want to give, but a percentage of it is going right back to you. And I'm going to give away years of Omega and billions of ISK. Last week, or not last week, but like a couple weeks ago, we gave away almost 10 years of Omega. I think it was on the subathon. So is that a whole Bobby Rogie? From Ireton. Bit Bobby Rogie. Wowzer. That's like 9 billion-esque. One, he's about to get the good stuff. Goodness gracious. That Loru guy's the worst to do it. He sucks, man. That Loru guy's terrible. Level 14 hype train.
14, champ. Let's go. Sweet. Incredible support. Thank y'all for that. Tons of bits, tons of
subs. Thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to settle up and get this giveaway going. So this is 2.4 Billy. Okay, because we hit level 14, and that's what that means. Okay, yo, 2259, thanks for the
500 biddies.
Thank you for that, my friend. And for the 100 biddies previously, God bless you. And for Sandborn coming into
your one out of your mind, welcome in. Yeah.
Okay, chat. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go run upstairs and hit the head super fast. When we return, I'm gonna give all that stuff away. It's a good time to do this. How to enter in the giveaway is to be following the stream and on the various platforms. So I'm gonna put this scene up. Let me find it. I'm gonna put this scene up. There it is. Okay, and that is we'll be right back. Big giveaways. We'll be right back. How about that? Is that better? Hi, chat. Hi, chat. I'm back. I said back in 5, but it was more like back in 8. I needed to get some food because my blood sugar was getting real low. So I didn't sleep very well last night. And it's just, sometimes you push through, chat. Sometimes you push through. I owe you stuff, don't I? Let's see. How much do we owe the people? So we owe them quite a bit. Let me just do a final wallet check. Anything else is going to be added to future stuff. Someone did give me 69420 ISK, but I'm keeping that. You can't stop me from keeping. I'm not diabetic, but if I get low blood sugar, I get real sleepy real fast. I start crashing. So maybe, who knows, man? Who knows about stuff? So we're going to skip a giveaway and get everything to golden new. That's right. That's what we said. Chat. If you want to win, here's how to get in on this giveaway. First, you got to be following on Twitch or subbed on YouTube. Then you have to be in my Discord. Do those 2 things and you'll be eligible to enter in. So, no, you don't need to donate. The giveaway's free to enter in. You do not need to give anything to get anything. You just got to follow the stream and be in my Discord. That's it. Nothing else. Blue Star Mirage ADD is a hell of a drug. And, the best way to describe it is my brain is active, but my body is shutting down. So, thanks to use my code. You know, I forgot what we're talking about. Who knows, man? Who knows? So, what's up? Hi, Loru. What's up, AR guy? How we doing, man? I got some food here. Green beans, quinoa, some turkey. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give that's its own thing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. 16 on that. 16. My favorite part of ADD is the smell of purple. Yes. You know, y'all have 2 minutes to get in the Discord. In 2 minutes, in 1 minute. In 1 minute, we're starting this giveaway. Okay? Big giveaway. Big giveaway. My first Discord? Nice. And something we try to do, Sigwill, since you're new to the Discord, I wanted to show you all this. We make sure that y'all can only get pings for what you want to be pinged on. So if you're new, let me just really quick flag this. We got a lot of new people coming in every single stream. Welcome in. Check Nody rolls. Never be spammed. Chat, by default, we do not ping you in this Discord ever. Ever. You will get no at everyone's, no at here's in my Discord ever. Ever. Okay? You will only get pings for what you choose. So the black heart is all of our notifications. Thank you to the 845 of you that have all noties turned on. The purple heart is our streams. You might as well click that because you're here now. 1,500 of you there. The red heart is our curated videos. That's our YouTube videos. We love seeing that. And the green is like our Instagram, our Twitter. It's like the weaker one, you know. So, and then finally, the new one is we have a ping dedicated for Marquee Dragon sales and Eve sales to be able to know how to use them better. Okay, so pretty cool, pretty incredible stuff coming in there. Only choose what you want to get. And here's the kicker. If you quit Eve, if you decide like, you know what,
You know what? I'm just going to take a break. I just don't want to play Eve right now.
now, you can uncheck these boxes and it updates automatically. So you get only pings that you sign up for. Pretty sick, right? Pretty sick, right? That's how we do it. So it's the only way to do it. So, as long as you join Discord, right? Yeah, you can do YouTube and Discord. You can do Twitch and Discord. You just have to have Discord, and you have to have one of those platforms. So that's all you have to do. That's all. It's very simple. Be following on one of these channels for free. Always the free stuff. Be in Discord. That's it. That's all you gotta do. So. Nice, AR guy. Good. Hey, there you go. Enjoy it. I'm happy to save y'all money with code Loru, baby. Praise be, it has returned. That's right, Rebellion. That's right, bro. We are back. We're back. Stoked about it. So, absolutely ready for things. Okay. We go. We ride. We get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. In order, the last thing you have to do is you have to type the word we say into the giveaway status here. Massive giveaway. Massive giveaway. Type massive giveaway. The word is welcome back. Type welcome back one time, case sensitive, into my Discord. Type welcome back one time, case sensitive, into my Discord chat. It's good to be back. Good to be back. We got a lot of stuff coming in. We got hundreds of viewers on Twitch, hundreds of viewers on YouTube. Chat, it's good to see you. If it's your first time here, the name's Loru, and we bring generational Eve wealth to the category every single time you see us live. Every single time that you see that Loru's live button, you know, go there. You could win something like this. You probably will win something like this on our streams. We do these all the time, baby. Pretty sick. Ireton, thank you for the hype. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Emil. Loru Earth. That's right. That's my government name. Loru Earth. That's right. Wilco's Rack. I don't know what that means, but that's something. So, hey, how's it going? It's good to see you, Ghoulie. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, is that welcome back, but spelled differently? Okay. So, excited for 2030? I am. Honestly, like, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and still, look, 2025 was awesome. The amount of content we got, the stuff we got to do, 2026 is going to be even better. It's really going to be fantastic. So nobody knows. That's why it's provocative. That's right. Excellent. So, all right, Chad, here we go. When I type sold, the giveaway's done. Going once. Going twice. Last LSAT call. 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. And it's sold, baby.
That's it. No more entries can be done. Bellum, you did that on purpose. How dare you? Bellum's like,
All good.
no, not today. Titan Yeet. Sure. We'll see. Chat, I need to be titaned before I yeet a titan. I have yet to be doomsdayed. So, you know, maybe my first ever, we'll see what fleet gets the honor of doomsdaying me first. Because that is an honor, Chat. It is. It is. A lot of winners. That's right, Nuriel. Glad it did. So. Oh. I cannot confirm. Raphael. Sleep is important. Sleep is important. That's what it is. Chat, you need to sleep. It's very important. It's might be one of the most important things. So, I know we got your back. Orion, I might have hit y'all up again. We've yeeted carriers. We've yeeted faction dreads. Why don't we take another step up? Should we go? Why sleep when you can officer up? Because sleep is better. Sleep is better. Vriddy, what's up? Yeah, new Wormhole stuff. That's right. I do Wormhole stuff. They get new Wormhole content. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. I love the emojis y'all put on there. It's fantastic. All right, so chat, we're going to now type out the ones that the bot tells me. Bling pacifier. I've told y'all that something we're doing is I'm getting a new bot. So I can do this not so manually. You know, because I literally have to type this in. It's hard because I can do this myself, but it just takes a while. And this was good when we had 5 winners. Now we're averaging like 10 winners per giveaway. So, you're going to eat a Lancer Dread then? Nah, I don't know about Lancer Dread. So, Crash Apps wasn't ready. There it is. You know, sometimes we got to do it. Do I program? No. No, I just go to see what is. Here's how I program. Ready? Hey, ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, please do this thing for me. I don't know how to program. I am not like that. Okay, 3X, Bobby, Rogie, BPCs. Very nice. Coming in. Fax Yeet. I don't have the skills for a fax yet. I do not have the skills for that. Ooh, someone won. It's brand new. Someone won that. Nice. The Corax is a little tiny one, but hey, that is still a free ship. Okay, very nice. Is the suspense killing you, chat? I have to remember where my freaking camera is. I don't like this camera here. On Friday, while we're doing this, I'm going to talk about this. You're going to see some new production. I didn't put my hair this way. I actually have I moved my camera from here to here, and I don't love it for the face scene. I have to mess with that. So we're going to see about that. We're going to see about it. Rorqual. The Rorqual went to someone and then they got DQ'd and it re-rolled because the person was spamming. There's always one. A Rorqual. Dude missed out on 4 to 5 billion ISK and it re-rolled. It was the only one. But hey, 2 Nidhoggies. Rip Bozo. Always one. Always one. Rip Bozo. It's okay, chat. One of the reasons that we do what we're doing is so that we can... You have other chances. You know, we have so many winners that are coming into this. So... 2026 is going to be pretty incredible. I'll talk about some plans that we have while we do this. I'm leveling up my production and I'm growing my team personally. I am actually hiring more people. The job postings are going out in the next month. I'm going to post to the community because if some of y'all, I've gotten a couple DMs about people wanting to be an employee of the Loru brand, you know, and okay, I'm a pretty good boss. Okay. I'm a pretty good boss. And I've managed teams in the past and we're going to try to see what we can do. It's going to be pretty cool. So we want to grow the content. We want to grow the team. So the gear review guides are going to continue. That was something that they're actually doing. I was very pleased that the gear review guides that we've been putting out, the Corsair Galleon that we have right here, is actually doing as good as a normal video. And, you know, I didn't put any ad money behind it. It's just doing as is. So, you know, because I don't pay for views, chat. We pay for exposure. And then we let the people decide. That's what that is. So it's pretty sick. So, all right, we got this one right here. A fit Bobby Rogie. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up, chat. It's time to get your goodies. Here we go. Every single time you see us live, you could win generational Eve Whale, so don't miss a stream. Okay? We'll see you in the next one. Here we get it done, chat. It's your giveaway winners. Here we are. It's
Spaz Killer, The Lancer, Scary More, Ice Hugo, Shadowbrook, Andon, Baka, My Gun, Zacklaff, Snoopy, Stardust, Dakota, Heavrain, Psychorat, Kepler, Suddenly Raiders.
And the winner of the Fit Baba Roga 9+ billion ISK is
Kanam! There it is. yeah.
You're cute, honey. Love you a lot. Love you a lot. Chad, get you a wife. It really does matter. Grats to the winners. Grats to the winners. Now, all you have to do if you won is DM me. And I know I saw some laugh emojis. Guys, last time it took a month to give away the subathon winnings, so just please be patient. If you won, DM me your in-game name. That's all you have to do. Nothing else. If you DM me your in-game name, you're good. That's it. I am not going to be chasing people down. So how we typically do this is if you won the subathon, which was now a week ago. Was that a week ago? Oh my God, chat. Was that a week ago? Was that about a week ago? You know, anybody else, whenever someone hears that, that's what they think of. So we're going to get me a wife. It got me a GF. That is correct. That is correct. Oh, 7 to Blackheart. That's right. Yes. Exactly. So about 2 weeks. Yeah, some of you, like 2 of you haven't DM me. You have until next stream. And then I'm putting your item back on the pile. There's a lot of really crazy stuff. Some dude won like a year of Omega and then stuff. You know, so there's a lot of people want a lot of things. And if y'all don't DM me by the next time we stream, well, someone's going to get put back on the pile. So, okay. Here's what we're going to do. It's 4 o'clock. I don't want to alarm you all. I'm fine. But we have it's not a family emergency, but I'm going to be a good family member and go help out my family with some stuff. So I had another 2 segments that was going to happen. And one of my brothers is hurt. So we're going to go over to his house and we're going to go like help his family a little bit later today. Just be a good brother. In the meantime, I'm not ending yet. We're going to end around 4:30. I want you to help me, chat, with a little bit of something. A little bit of something. Can we take the Garmer into the abyss? Family first. Thank you, chat. He's fine. He hurt his foot. He cannot walk right now. He hurt his foot. So I want to see if we can hit a Garmer fit for a little bit, and then we'll be ready for next stream. Our goal is to take the Garmer into the abyss. And I think Gammas might be it because it does have some natural EMs. The problem is it's just so much ISK. It's just so... No, it doesn't have naturals. It does not. The Garmer is going to be tough. So you could definitely take a Garmer through the abyss. The question is how high you can get. Yeah, that's kind of the point. One of the reasons that we're doing what we're doing is because we want to help answer the question, how good is a ship at various activities? So if we come over to Abyss Tracker and we go to loot, my God, how many ads are on the site? Okay, I respect the hustle, and that's a lot of them. You know, let's hit this Garmer here, boop. Okay. Number of runs, we got a T0 Dark. Guys. Ugh. Look, okay. T0s are supposed to be the tutorials. So spending 110 million ISK on something we can do it in 2 million. So no, we're not going to do anything that says T0. This is kind of scaring me though, that nothing's T2s. It's all... This is a frigate? Okay, it's a frigate. We might be able to do T1s in it. What are we doing with the SIBO? What are we doing with the SIBO, dude? Why is it SIBO'd? And who is your SIBO and what does he do? Hi, honey. What's up? I'm going to end in like 20 minutes, hon. Okay, what's this? Juice? What is it? You made it. Guys, gals, the Mrs. Loru fresh squeezed orange juice. Honey, I love you. Cheers. You're spoiling me today, woman. And you're hot. Man, I tell you. Love you a lot, babe. Thank you very much. Wow, that is delicious. Oh, it's for the kite. Sure. Yes. Big ups. Chat says thank you, Mrs. Loru. She's upstairs. She heard you. She heard me. She heard you. Tell me. Why are we not using Tech 2 ammo? Oh, because we're... it's heavy range, huh? Because we're going into... Let's assume... Gamma Electro. Sure. I mean, if we're going into gammas... If we're going to do this many shields, we're going to be going into gammas for sure. So, it's got a warp scram, which we're not using missile damage, velocity, and flight time. Interesting. What's up, Talk? How we doing? How we doing, buddy? I made my husband cookies today. Good. This is, see, you're being a good partner. That's the way to do it. Good. Just hauling ore around. Hey, Walter, you came to the right place. This is the place to do it. This is the place to hang out if you're just hauling ore around, too. That's what exactly to do. You know, excellent. Nova is explosive. Okay. Nova Fury goes out to 44. Are we really needing more range to go past 35? Tech 2s go to 44. He's got the SIBO. Yeah, but then you take out one of these. What's up, Talk? Hope you're doing well, buddy. I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope things going. I hope things going. That's what I got for you. So we're taking this into gammas. I really don't think we need the SIBO. The power core is probably going to be, yeah, necessary with everything going on. What did we do? Let's put this here really quick. What did we do with the Garmer's the frigate? I don't know, man. It's tough. Garmer is such a tight ship. And it's not designed for this. The Worm is really designed for this kind of abyss. So, let's just kind of go off the wall here. We do 172 DPS. That's pretty good for T1s. We want it to stay around there. If we take out one of these, we go down to 144. We can't lose the, whatever this is called, the power grid thing. We don't want to take up a rig, because we're going to need that for other stuff. If I put in triple of these, yeah, we go up to 29. Garmer looks so good. It looks incredible. It really, really does. Things are good. I'm glad things are going well, Talk. Really, really glad. Hope everything continues to keep at the good stuff. If we hit this, I think we need Purgers instead of core field defense extenders, but maybe we don't because we want to push it as far as possible. So, yeah, the regoliths are good. Can we take this out now? How over are we in the power grade? Way over. Way over. We probably don't need a Tech 2 afterburner. If I take this out and put in a compact one, how are we doing now? We're still over, but that gave me about 1% back, so it's really not... Oh, you know what we do need this for, though? Because doesn't this give me... Which one increases your shields in the low slots? You know what I'm talking about, champ. You know what I'm talking about. Let's put this right here. Okay. Is it the power? Is it the reactor control units? That's CPU. Power diagnostic. We're still over. That's CPU. Auxiliary power control is this. Oh, because it sacrifices CPU. Power diagnostic system is what I was thinking of. But we're still over on the power grid. See, this gives a boost to power grid, and it does give us shield and capacitor. But it doesn't give us enough power grid. So can I go further? Can we make this Tech 2? Now we're over on CPU. See, ship's too tight with this, man. The ship is too tight. So it was using this one. Okay. We've got Republic medium shield extenders. That is a reason that we have this in there. If I lose the medium and I do triple smalls, we're at 8. Maybe you resist in the mids to compensate. Entirely possible. But see, look, I took out... Now we throw a damage control, right? We could try a power diagnostic system now. Pump that shield up. It gets another 300 HP. It's not a ton, but it is something. Now we have a bunch of smalls. Okay, let's check this out. We're trying to stack we're trying to do passive shield tank Garmer. Okay? So that medium shield, and now we're over on CPU the moment we hit that. So let's go back to Azotropic. Let's go back to Azotropic. So you really can't do, and this is a compact one. We have one CPU. We have one CPU. That's amazing. Triple compact and double regolith. Sheared power relay to get more passive regen. Entirely possible, yes. Because that's actually the wind comp that we are trying to go for right now. This is diverts power from capacitor, which is fine because we just don't need that. So yeah, if we do the restrained one, we're good on CPU still. This pumps us up to 27. That's nice. That's nice. We could do, that's also true. We could do a cheap CPU implant. It's very, very true. We have, let's look at what we have so far. Okay. We're trying to go into T1 Abyss. So we want to maintain these 2 DPS slots are spoken for. Okay? Because with one of these gone, we go sub 150 with Tech 2 ammo. We don't want to do that because we're going to be using, and we don't actually want to use Navy ammo for the range on this fit because, as you can see, it only goes out to 35k on the targeting. All right, so we don't want to have to mess with that. The no drones are not a problem. We go decently fast at 1400. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. We go nice and fast with the Tech 2. Ooh, let's untech 2 the Afterburner. And let's start getting these up. We've got Astropic. Yeah, let's make this one Astropic because that is the better one. And then can I make this one a Tech 2? Boop, we cannot. It has to be, let's make a Type D restrained 0.5 CPU. Boy, is that one tight thing coming in. So we're going to have 2 schools of thinking here. We're going to try for Gamma because we've been trying to do a lot of Gammas recently. And I see your comment there, Neon, about try Darks. We are going to try Darks another day. We want to try Gammas here first. We've been really trying to lean in on this. Right, now you don't need the power diagnostic. Exactly, because now we have the power relay. Because the power relay affects this right here. This guy. This is our only heals. So it's very, very needed to have that there. This need a multi-spectrum. It's going to be real tough because we lose a lot of our stuff. We lose a lot of our stuff. EM share recharger. Let me try this. We go down to 6,000. If I get rid of these, but put in a purger, core field defense purger. How much are these? These are expensive, pushing it up back to 98 million. We're at to 33 HP a second, but less buffer. I think this is the better. You know, there should be 3 purgers, put in 3 multi-spectrum, because then we have an EM hole. You guys are talking about all the other stuff. So if we want to put this to 5k and then do triple purger, we're at 35 and then a multi-spectrum. I think we might have to do that actually. Not because of just the EM room, but because of other things as well. We got away with no multi-spectrum in our other fit. Was it the Bifrost? Yeah, the Bifrost. Or the tower. We got away with that in the tower. See, we're so... This was the problem. Is even with the compact one, we still have 3% CPU implant. We've got a Type D. Let's put this to compact. Okay. We're at 102. We want to get it below 2%. That's what we'd like. These are Astropics. Let's put these to compacts. Okay. Put these both to compacts. Goodies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boop. Look at that. Boom. The purger is better in Gamma. It looks like it. And we're at 35 HP a second. Because something we learned from the doing the tower is stacking plus HP. The buffer doesn't actually matter if you're not healing up enough. So, and this was good. Gonlink, you definitely did well here. Yes, with the triple purger and then put the multi-spectrum. This is exactly how to fit Stuff and Eve. We had resist in the rigs, but we swapped the resists into the mids so that we can push the field purger up as much as possible. The purger is going to increase our passive shield recharge rate. It increases our SIG radius, but whatever. It doesn't matter. So that's not a problem. We have Tech 2 missiles. We have Regolith compact, and then we have the Tech 2 missile systems. And under 105 million is pretty good, all things considered. So then you get extra from Gamma. Correct. So back to meat comp extenders. No, I don't know about the meat extenders because I'd rather push. I don't need more buffer. I need more active shield heal, which we get by doing this. So if I take this off, now look, if I take one of these off, we lose 10 HP a second. We don't want to do that. But can I fit one Astropic? We can fit exactly one of these. Watch, if I do this one, it's going to be over. Now, this is over by 2%. And you might say, Loru, you know.
Loru, why don't you just want...
And no cap battery. Ugh, yeah. No cap batteries. We are going into T1s. It's just such a tight fit. Same problem Nagila has. Yep. So, correct. We're going to bring faction ones too. That's a good point, brother. T1s are easier like T0s. T2s are harder for solo frigates. Correct. True, rep fleet shield center. No, we're not trying to bling stuff out. Here's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We do our Abyss videos specifically. We got some newer people coming in here. So JM Lucy, you're not new, but you actually flagged something correct here. We're not going to go,
All right, guys, here's my 500 million-isk Garmer. Everything's blinged. Watch me go do T1 Abyss.
anybody can go spend $500 million and go do T1s. What takes actual skill is like, how do you make it as cheap as possible and as effective as possible? So, so blinging this stuff out is like 108 instead of 103. Which one? Which one are you trying to bling out there? My main, tell me. This is an easy fit of 500 million. Yeah, anything is. It's the same kind of thing. We were looking at the Abyss tracker, and it's like, hey guys, here's my T0 dark builds. Only costs 100 million ISK in a frigate, and you're gonna make, need a minute, 120. You're right, and you're gonna make like 10 million ISK an hour or something in like T0s. And look, he's got some good look. This is a decent fit, but it's just not. Come on. So, why the Garmer? Because we're trying to see what each ship can do in the Abyss. So, the shield extenders. Let's see. If we go with Caldari Navy, it's a bit. Okay, we're slightly over, but we can get the CPU implant. What about Republic? What about the Thuck? The Thuck, we're at 170, can't do it. This is at 108. Come on, what the heck? So we're at 108, and it is, greens gave us another 2 HP a second. And we are at, if we put on the double compacts, we're at 61, 71, and 35. If we put on the greens, the aircraft is one of the best parts of EVE. We're at 6, 6, 7, 6, and 37. So we gain just a little bit more. Polarized Garmer, can't do it in the Abyss. It is just a little bit more. Okay. Fine, sure, you win. I will bling this out. I think bling it out with a slight amount of greens. Not a problem. Let's come down to the implant booster. Let's go to engineering. Slot 6, we're going to get a CPU implant because if we mouse over this, it shows us the difference. So how many of you didn't know this? If you mouse over this, it'll show you the percentage, and then you can get that implant. You know how some are like CPU 1%, CPU 2%. You just mouse over this. Since I'm below 101, I need the CPU 1% implant. How many of you did not know you could mouse over that and see the percentages? Type 1 in chat if you did not know this. This is going to help you a ton. Right, NetSpawn? Because 0.8 CPU, the hell does that mean? But now 100.34 CPU, great. Now I can do 101 CPU and I can go get the CPU implant. Let's go get it. That is right here. Okay. 1% CPU. Boom, boom, done. So my question is there some implant for shields we can take that makes this a little bit better? This is bonus the shield capacity. Bonus the shield capacity. I'm going to just say, hey, just get this guy. For 10 million ISK, we don't want to bling out like any more. But for how much is the cheap one? Because we're talking about percentage bonuses here. So you could get the -2 here and still be good. Let's see what -8 is. No, we don't need that. That's remote shield healing. Shield recharge rate. Yo, hello. Whoa. How much is -3? 17 million? This is 6 million? Yeah, let's go get this one too. Because this is more shield HP, more shield recharge. Very, very nice. So that's 7, 9, and 6. So we need 8. We need 8 and 10. Yeah, so let's go to missiles. If we're already doing this, let's just hard commit. This is good. We want this one. We want the -2s. Reduce the signature radius for explosion. That just makes stuff easier to hit. Just makes stuff a little bit easier to hit. It's very nice. And then let's go for slot 10. Rapid launch is, of course, only 13 million ISK. Another 2% DPS. So I like getting the clone. Exactly, launcher speed, correct. I like getting the clone because it helps you not need to buy implants. Sorry, it helps you not need to buy consumables. A lot of the people that watch my videos don't have the skills to have as much DPS or things, because I have a lot of skills. So a lot of them are going to watch this and be like,
I can't fly it like that because I can't see it. That's fine. That's why we put some implants in there. So feel like 100% DPS will make it for the lack of EHP. Yes, it is. You want like 150 for T1s? So there isn't a great passive shield drug either, correct? Exactly. Correct, you kind of have to. So, could you use the LE602? LE602. Let's see what that is. LE-602. Launcher CPU efficiency. Because it's 4 million. CPU need for these guys below. And how much is this? The CPU management. No, because we only need this one is 700,000 ISK. Absolutely don't need it. So
No, the voice. Guys, this is how
I normally sound, okay? Like I've said, I'm the anti-pirate software. I use a voice changer to make me sound normal.
Chad, we know he doesn't use a voice changer to change his stuff. I'm just memeing on him, okay? That is absolutely... This is not my real voice.
This is my real voice. You found me out. You found me out. This is how I am.
That's right, Chad. Exactly correct. I forgot. Right, only 1%. Gets funnier the longer it's on. Imagine it's someone's first time here and I'm like...
Welcome. Yes, we're taking the Garmer into the abyss. And, my voice? Oh, there's just a helium factory up the road. Why do you ask?
Like, you speak at half speed as well? There it is. There it is. So, passive shield, they speak correct. It's still valid. You are right about that. So, all right, let's get some consumables here. Just to help us out. We're in T1s. I'm going to tell you, we're in T1s. I don't want consumables. Don't think you need them. Straight up. Do not think you need them. Nova Fury. Let's get some Caldari. You do not need... I don't think you need any of those, to be honest. Let's get 2K of this. And we'll get 2K of this. Let's get 2,500, because we're going to need more ammos with light missiles. Just a little bit more. Let's get 25. 25. Hello? Hello? Okay. No, 25, bro. Do what I tell you. Okay. Nova is explosive. Fury is explosive. Good. A little bit extra tech 2s. Okay. Synth crash. We could do that, but I don't think we need it. So, that's true. Burnt Peanut is definitely taking the place by storm, for sure. Take EM also. Explain why. EM will be better in some rooms. I mean, you're right. I typically don't like to mess with ammo like that, but you're absolutely correct, to be honest. We'll bring 1,000. And we'll bring Caldari Navy Mjolnir. Certain rooms are weaker to EM, chat. Like, way weaker. The Santa room for sure. Santa room would be the hardest room. There it is. Yep. Nova Therm, maybe Mjolnir, Nova against Triggs. I never take more than 2 missiles when we go into the abyss. I'll take the one that's good, and I'll take the one that's like for the problem room. You know, so the rest of it just gets too much for my brain to remember. I didn't finish college. I don't know what the heck's going on. You know, sheesh. So this is gonna be T1 Gamma. T1 T1. Jeez Louise. Gamma test. Okay. Not bad, chat. We'll buy this one. We'll fly it tomorrow. We have a Gamma Blitz. Do we already make one of these? What the heck? Auxiliary thrusters. Thermal and shield. No, I don't like this. I'm going to get rid of it. It doesn't go with the methodology that we've been trying. I also have a dark fit that is very capacitor-like whatever, with a nice compact shield booster. I don't like these at all. These were like a different thinking. Don't like it. We'll fly this tomorrow. Dark should be rockets. Yeah, that makes sense because you're going to be going up and up. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fly this tomorrow. My brother like fell down on the ice and like hurt his foot. So we're going to go help out his family tonight. I was going to stream longer today, but he's okay. He's back home. He did have to go to the hospital. If you could pray for him to heal faster, that'd be very appreciated. We're going to end stream here. I had a longer stream planned. I'm going to be a good big brother and go help out my brother. I'm going to go help out his family. And he's got a bunch of kids. So I'm going to go help out his family and go play with them and tire him out so they can go to bed. So, you know, it's going to be fun. Get ready for Pac-Man tomorrow. Oh, I unironically am excited for people to click the Galaga button. I have to like change. I'm going to change that button to Pac-Man time. So that way when someone clicks it, we play. That Pac-Man game was hype. Do y'all remember? I was like sweating. That was awesome. We're going to play it tomorrow. That's great. So, I'm really excited. Chad, thanks for sticking with me through all the like production and all the changes. We're going to be continuing forward on all the things. I'm really not happy with a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing, I have things I want to do that I have to experiment on. So you're going to see this change a lot before we like keep it going. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, let's check out the Eve category and see who we're going to rate out. We always like to rate other people. We got hundreds of people here. If it's your first time here, follow the stream, chat. Follow the stream before you bounce. Make sure you follow the stream. It's definitely the right thing to do. We want you to come back. So let's see about it. Let's see about it. Who we got? We got Blood Candid is, I gotta sync up with Blood Candid because he's won Eve's Most Dangerous quite a few times. So what do we got here? We got Dangerous D is being right back. I don't know who that is. Let's check out Magical Geek. Chat, thanks for the hundreds of people being here. It really does matter a lot that y'all are here, that y'all are having a good time. So thank you very much. So I don't recognize this person. New Eve streamer person be coming in. So, sorry, chat. I try to raid people that speak English. So no bad blood to that person. I can't even pronounce her name because I don't know the alphabet. So you say support small streamers. I don't raid anybody less than 10 viewers because they're not ready and they'll freak out and they will lose the momentum. It's not good to raid people less than 10 viewers. Goodbye, big blocks. Welcome, university. What is that? What is that? What is that? Goodbye, big blocks. Welcome, United Warriors. We got a ENI fighting stuff here. Enjoying EVE Online. All right, look, chat. This person has only 860 followers. I just made it 860. Let's go have him break 1,000. Let's go have him break 1,000 followers. This is only 860 and EVE is a lot. I don't know about that. Everybody go to this channel. We'll see you there if you're on YouTube, Kick, the other platforms, X, Facebook. Come on down. We'll see you there. And when you get there, chat, type Loru Raid. Yeah. Type Loru Raid. Yeah. Go ahead and type that in and we'll see you there. Chat, we'll stream tomorrow at the normal time at 10 a.m. my time. So we'll see you there tomorrow. Okay, we'll have some more fun then. Thanks for your patience. Can I pause quick? A lot of stuff in my real life is going okay, but there's a lot of just things happening. So if you could pray for that'd be really appreciated. So we're gonna still come into the stream and have fun and have a great time. My goal is the best infotainment in the category, and we're gonna have it. So remember to be good to the people on the other side of the screen because sometimes they're going through stuff. You know. So hope y'all are doing great. Let's keep staying safe and then in the storm and type Loru Raid. Yeah. When we get there, we'll see you there. Chat, everybody type Loru Raid. Yeah.